Hello, my name is Kafui Dey. My guest is Lydia Forson, actress, writer, producer, entrepreneur, and one of Ghana's most outspoken cultural voices. And before the conversation, let me give you some good news. If you send money back home to Ghana, you need to hear this. Lemfi is the app to use to send money from the UK, Europe, Canada, or the US straight to Ghana with zero transfer fees. You can send directly to bank accounts or Momo, and your people back home receive it within minutes. The exchange rates are competitive, and the app is secure and safe to use. And here's a bonus. When you sign up and use my referral code, Kafui, you get cash back on your first qualifying transfer. Plus, every time you send money, you earn reward points you can use to transact later. Download the Lemfi app now and use my code, Kafui, when you sign up. Lydia, happy to have you here in the seat for the conversation.
That's a long list.
The time will fly. You will even see. Oh wow!
I believe that when I start talking to you, I want to who just gets me to talk.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's new in your space now?
Oh, what's new in my space? Kinky Matters. Kinky Matters. We're turning 9 this year, and we have a whole lot of. When you start a business, they always say. I remember I went to this short entrepreneurship course, and they're like, you don't have a business until your 7th year, and they were not kidding. For many years, people didn't even know that I had a business called Kinky Matters, or for those who even knew of Kinky Matters, they didn't know it was mine. But I feel like between last year and this year, I feel like we are starting. And I love that when I walk around, people mention Kinky Matters,
Yes.
without me having to say anything. So it's exciting.
And it's not just written on your.
It's not just, well, it helps that I wear it everywhere
It's
I
good.
go.
You are your own biggest
And
supporter.
my biggest, I was like, what? How do I make people remember me? So I have a uniform, like I have everywhere I go. It makes it cheap as well.
Yes.
I just wear Kinky Matters shirts so people remember the name. So it's a very exciting year for Kinky Matters.
For those who don't know, tell them what's the blurb. Kinky Matters. What's it all about?
Kinky Matters started. Okay, I'm going to do like a 1-minute pitch.
No. If you can do 5 minutes, I don't mind.
Well, Kinky Matters is a very interesting story. It started 10 years ago, or more than 10 years ago, as a blog. In 2014, my hair was natural. I was looking for a space to learn about my hair and feel seen, and there were not that many. So I created this blog where people who had natural hair or loved natural ingredients could come and be seen. Then in 2017, we transitioned to making hair products. Okay. Now the thing about the first product we made was, it was a over 30-year recipe for my mother.
Your mom was into hair?
So more than 30 years ago, my mother, like in the 90s, my mother learned how to make, hair cream.
Oh.
And then, she started incorporating things she had learned from her mother, her aunties, and everything into this product. And very quickly, everybody was talking about this hair product that could, help receding hairlines and help thicken your hair and everything. So I grew up making this almost every Saturday. And my mother was selling it to the community, to our church. I was ignorant when I was younger because I was like, it's just something that we all do. I hated it on Saturday because you have to wash, if you've washed a greasy pan. But my mother would always say, one day this cream is going to change our entire family. And so for many years we did it, and then, she didn't have enough funds to make it big. So when I was transitioning into making products, it was the first product that came into mind. But here's the thing, does it work? Because you've seen it work on other people. So when we started making it, I made about 10 pieces. In fact, when I asked my mother for the recipe, she was like, are you sure you're ready? She was wielding this thing like some power. I will give it to you when you are ready. So
when the student is ready, the master will appear.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So she gave me this recipe on a torn piece of paper. It was written with typewriter. And I still have it. I've laminated it.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. So I went to Makola myself, went to buy a few ingredients. And I put 10 online with no labels, nothing. I was like, nobody's going to buy this. And people bought. But I was like, okay, maybe they are buying because it's Lydia Forson. Does it really work? But then people started coming in. Oh my God, your hair did, the product did this. I was like, hey. So I asked my mother, hey, ma,
what is inside there?
And she tells me the most important thing is that it works. But what happened to me was, I was braiding my hair and I realized I had a bald patch. I had no clue was there. I think someone had done something to my hair. I was like, oh my goodness. how now I sell cream.
And then your hair is going.
Do you understand? Nobody's going to believe
Oh,
me.
Charlie.
So I had to use it to grow back my hair. And it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
Does it work for men too?
It works for men. In fact, some of our favorite clients are men.
Nice.
I always tell men that, please, we are miracle workers, but we are not Jesus. Don't wait till you are completely gone. Okay, there's lengths to what.
Reforestation. It will be too late.
I'm telling you. But and through that we have 9 products now.
List them. What?
Yeah, we have the secret hair recipe, which because of my mother I named it. And we had that for many years. Then we moved to our Milky Silky, so our leave-in conditioner. We have our black soap shampoo, our shea butter conditioner. So through the story of my mother, I started being obsessed with local ingredients, right? Because a lot of the things on our shelves are imported and have harsh chemicals, which are not specific to black hair. So I said, you know what? I am so obsessed with how my mother, who had no formulation background, was able to create this miracle cream using local ingredients around us. How do I, replicate that in other products? So I started just researching. I took formulation courses of my own whilst I was filming as well.
Wow.
And the more I learned about Ghanaian ingredients, the more obsessed I became. And so all of our products really are made using Ghanaian ingredients. Like, it is very important that we have elements of Ghana in there, and even in how we name our products. Black soap, we call it Alata Semina. Sraze, our body butter, is named because I'm fancy.
Yes.
The fragrance is sweet ekumfi because one of the staples in ekumfi is pineapple, right? So for me, I was like, how do I combine the things that I love? And I love being African, Ghanaian, natural hair, skin. And I'm able to tell all of these stories using Kinky Matters.
Why did you use the name Kinky Matters? Because I feel a double entendre somewhere.
Well, being the writer that I am.
Yes.
But the name just came to me because in 2014, when I was trying to figure out a name, I was like, you know what? I need to come up with a blog. And, my hair was kinky. I knew kinky. I was like, I feel like my hair doesn't matter. Like, everywhere I go, and it didn't help that on most film sets, all the hairstylists would tell me that they can't do my hair because it's natural. Like, I'm a Ghanaian.
Yeah, you should be able to
I'm
do my
black.
hair.
Why is it harder for me to get a natural hairstyle?
And the people on the set are all black people too.
Thank you. And I felt cornered into a space where who I was did not matter. So kinky is just synonymous to, Ghanaian African blackness, that I matter. So I was like, kinky. And it just came to me, Kinky Matters, like I matter. So I just blended it. And it kind of worked that it was a double,
Yeah, so kinky can be spicy in a nice
I like it when
way.
people see me like, Kinky Matters. Yeah, it matters.
What's it like to be an entrepreneur in Ghana?
I don't think anybody has ever asked me that. It's hard. Let me tell you, it's one thing when you're excited to do something. When you start off doing any business, it starts with an idea. You want to solve this problem. You're like, you know what, I'm going to do all of this. And then you're hit with the reality, the paperwork, the funding. For many years as a business owner, I was the one answering to customers. You were
customer service?
Me, I was doing, hello, hi, this is Kinky Matters. How may I help you?
But you're in good company. UT was that. Mr. Kafui Dey was customer service.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you're on the right track.
I was like, hello, Kinky. And I'll be on a film set, right? And I'll be answering, I'll close set sometimes like 11, because filming hours are crazy. 11, I have an order and go to the workshop and I'll be formulating to like 3 a.m. and have to sleep and wake up at 6 a.m. Because when you start, you don't have the money to hire a lot of people. No. What is especially crazy for someone like me is when you're a brand and you start a brand, there are all of these expectations. I remember I used to sell Kinky Matters in this 1 CD container I used to get in Makola. And I'd gone to FDA to register. Food and Drugs Authority? Yes. And I got there, I sat in the line like everybody else, and they started laughing at my container. They were like, hey, Lydia Forson, a container. Oh, Charlie. They did your container? Charlie, they did this my container. So there's this added pressure of what, success should look like, what it should look like. So you get into your head. And then I rushed into a lot of things I shouldn't have. But the thing about entrepreneurship for me is I've learned so much for my 20 plus years in my career that I understand that it's a process. And I think that is the advantage I have. Like, I understand to take my time. It's like walking on needles, but there are days that are going to be good. You have to understand that it's a long, journey. You think you've reached here and then something hits you, You get to a certain point and now you're going to pay these taxes. I mean, what do I know about taxes, But it's always learning. It's a huge challenge, but it's also rewarding because for me as a woman in particular, I'm very pro-woman. What I enjoy about having Kinky Matters is the independence it gives me. Not many people have that privilege. It's easier to earn 50 cedis a day than to depend on someone for that. So I love that, I'm able to also tell the story of many women through my business, through the people that I buy from, the people that I employ. I love that, but it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
What are some of the big mistakes you made in the beginning?
Oh, do you have time?
Yes.
I think, I talked about the whole FDA thing and packaging. I got into my head because I love branding, and I got it into my head that, oh no, I have to look a certain way. So I spent a whole ton of money on packaging material when I was not ready for that
level.
That level. So then I have so much. I'm like, are we making money? And you are, but all your money is in stock. So you are getting packaging. I couldn't afford from China, so I was buying from Nigeria and different places, and it was costing me so much money. And then when I was pricing like, okay, I don't want it to be too expensive so that people will buy. So then I'm not pricing the way I should. So then I was making all these losses. If I had taken my time, I would have stuck to that one product, because that one product was making me a lot of money. But I felt so pressured to, do new packaging, bring new products, do all of these things.
What was that first product?
It was a secret hair recipe.
Okay.
But we didn't have the beautiful packaging. But people were buying.
So it was working now.
It was working. People in America were buying like 10. Like, I have pictures of customers who buy like 20, 10, and they loved it. But then I changed to this new, and people didn't recognize it.
It's like the Coke thing. They changed the formula for Coca-Cola, and then they came back to the original one.
Because people knew that. So I remember a lady came to us at a fair one day, and she said, this product, it looks familiar. I used to buy some product, be in some container. So it's us. So she thought we had stopped. No. So you rush into this thing that you shouldn't have. Another thing I think I did wrong was, when you're, I'm being measured with my words because I don't want them to be keyboard warriors. I think another mistake I made is feeling like I had to scale very quickly.
Okay, pressure.
Look, I tell young businesses, do not let anybody give you pressure, because they'll pressure, especially customers. The pressure doesn't just come from outside, it's customers. Hey, we need shampoo. We need conditioner.
Who's making it?
What they don't tell you is for every product you have to register FDA, standards board, the compliance part of it is very expensive. So a year comes and you're paying like 20,000 cedis. How much are you making? So if I could give any advice, I would say take your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything still surprises you about the business you're in?
Every day.
Okay.
Every single day something surprises me about, First of all, you don't know how many people are doing the same thing you're doing until you start.
Copycats plenty, eh?
Hey.
They crawl out of the woodwork.
Look, they don't just copy you. They'll copy your container, your brand colors. In fact, Mother's Day, we have these heritage boxes that we do. And someone did the same thing and then tagged us.
Oh. Hey, audacity, man.
No, because they don't know any better.
They tagged you.
They tagged us. Like,
say what? Look at us.
Look, there's a brand that used to tag us religiously for years. They've become very popular. But I was like, are they okay?
No, I think they want your traffic.
No, so that's what they do.
Uh-huh.
They want your traffic, and they take your traffic, and then they try and replicate
Yes.
your. It's crazy. That
Wow.
surprises me. What's another? It's the thing there, Chow. Like, it's a different world, altogether. Another thing that surprises me, in the entrepreneurial space is you don't know how many people are also struggling, because you measure people by followers on social media. I made 100,000 in a day. I say,
Could be a lie. It's probably a lie.
I don't know. I'm not saying, but like,
The flexing.
I didn't even know that people lie about their customer testimonials. Like,
Oh, they create them, eh?
I
Yeah.
did not know
Yeah.
that. So we were very religious about only, dealing with it's like I thought the entertainment industry was crazy.
Entrepreneurship is wild, eh?
No, I think they're all crazy in their own. But I'm like, how did only me? I had to belong to crazy.
Both of them. So it's crazy on Crazy Square.
But yeah, every day is something new. Every day you learn something new.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did you learn when you went back to UG recently
Oh my.
as a guest speaker?
Oh my. I've never told this story publicly, because I had so many people in my comments ask me, what happened? What happened to you? When I first got the message to come and give a speech, I remember calling my mother. My mother said, "Eh?" I said, "These people, they don't know, eh? It's like me. You want me to come and give a speech? University of Ghana."
Did they give you a theme?
They didn't. So, you know what? They were wonderful, if I'm being very honest. When they reached out, very polite, very respectful. But I was like, I didn't know how to communicate to them that this is a very sore place for me. Like, on one hand, I want to do this, but like, I don't know how to actually come and give a speech without being honest.
Was this like a commencement speech or graduation?
It was a graduation
Okay.
speech.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through my head a little bit that the last time I left University of Ghana, and it was with so much anger, and I said, one day, you asked me to come back here.
Why did it piss you off? Just go back.
I would not say it was just one thing. My time in, and through my speech, let me just go through the whole process, because I don't want to speak on just the negatives. If you listen to my speech, writing that speech was very therapeutic for me, because you find that you sometimes focus on all the negative things, then you miss out on the good things. I had a wonderful time at the University of Ghana, made wonderful friends, learned, in University of Ghana, I was running all kinds of games there. I called myself a marketing executive. I had my own complimentary card.
Nice.
I was working for a company called Easy Street Entertainment.
Your company?
Not my company. It was a man who I went to tell that I want to work. Hey, me too, I've hustled. And I created my own entertainment card.
Those cards.
We used to work with Paul Moore at some point where we would bus people to Ada. I was doing all kinds of things. They were good memories.
What was your subject?
I majored in English language and political science. But towards the end of my time in university, I was part of a show called Next Movie Star. It was a reality show in Nigeria. And, a lot of it was pre-recorded. So school started, I go and register. And back then it was, manual. You register. And I wrote down a couple of my friends' names. I don't want to go into too many details, but I was going to write my final year exam. I come back from next semester because it's, pre-recorded, so you'll be on campus and it might be showing, but, and there's a number of days you're not supposed to miss in school. I want to believe that I calculated it well, not to miss. So I've come back to school. I'm going for classes. I'm getting ready for my final year exam. And I go and then my name is not there. And I was like, okay, hello, what's happening? And I go see other places. And it seems that like my name is not there.
So you can't write exams?
I can't write exam. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out was going on. It's funny, I've just never said this story anywhere. And I find out that I've been sort of kicked out. You know, I still don't know the language because it's still very blurry to me. So I'm like, okay, I didn't get any.
No letter?
No letter, nothing. I mean, I'm calling my dad. Did you get any letter and appeal? There was nothing. Again, you have to remember that at this point, technology was not what it is today.
So maybe the letter was in the post.
You see, I always try to give people the
Yeah, the
benefit
chance,
of,
yeah.
of the doubt. Maybe something happened in there. I was willing to take responsibility for the role I had played. I think what hurt me was and I was coming from a very different mindset where you think you're doing this thing to put your school on the map. I was very proud of saying I was from the University of Ghana and understand rules are rules, but you know, rules are made by man and can be bended if you choose to. But the final straw was I go and tell my dad. My dad was very angry because what people don't know is I bought my own University of Ghana forms. I got scholarships to schools in America to study law and everything. But I was like, no, my pro-blackness, pro-Ghana didn't start now. I was like,
today.
Not be today. I mean, all my brothers were not in Ghana. Only me. I said, I have to go to school in Ghana. I was very adamant about it. And my father would tell me that, the way you are, I don't know how you fit into this space. So my dad was giving me the look like, I told you, these people, the way their mind works, it's not the way. So my dad goes with me to go and see this head of department. And the words she said, there's a way you can speak to someone when you say, hey, yeah, she missed class. And I don't believe I did. But I'm for the benefit of the doubt. This and this is what you should have done or, done. But you look at a young girl and tell her that you have flunked school and maybe you can go and go and start all over somewhere else. Maybe Methodist University or somewhere. I remember those words very, very well. My dad was sitting there and my dad was looking at her like, how are you just casually telling a young girl that her time in this school is over?
It counts for nothing.
It counts for nothing, so she should just go and start from somewhere else.
What were your emotions when you were hearing those words?
We were in her office, and I just gone blank. And my father is sitting there, and my father is like, and he said these words to her, Madam, education is supposed to make one fit to live and to be lived with. All of this is part of education. Like, okay, even if my daughter has done the worst, like what is the worst? Well, there's nothing I can do. There's absolutely nothing I can. And that show business they are doing, you don't know what they do behind the scenes. You don't know the things that they are doing behind the scenes. I just remember feeling, I can't put into words, but like the whole place just became cold. And God bless my father and my mother because my parents, their support is just, I get emotional when I think of my parents because their support is just out of this world. So we come out and my dad's like, okay, let's start looking for your forms from the schools in America. Maybe you can, figure it out. But it's just like, I don't remember the walk from there even to the house. But thankfully, I got a few lecturers who some way, somehow, because I also had people who advocated for me, who were able to fight their way. And the best they could do for me is say, okay, you've deferred this year, so you have to come back.
Seriously?
Yeah. So I had to go back. So the year my friends were graduating,
You were not there.
I could not be there. And then some of my friends were angry that I was not showing up for graduation. I'm like, you don't understand what it's like. I remember a friend falling out with me because I couldn't come for the graduation. I said, Madam, you want me to come and support you when this is a very difficult period for me? So it was between coming back to do the year again or trying to look for these admission letters and seeing if I could go to America. But, around that period, a lot of personal things happened in the family. It was very, very terrible. I lost my grandmother. There's a lot of difficult things happening in my life at that point. So I decided to go back, and I said, it's going to be difficult, but I have to try. I was broke. I was so broke. I was so broke. Oh God, they're broke.
The business is how? Still continuing?
That time there, the hustle, even water, I couldn't, look, let me tell you how broke I was. I was so broke at the point, I couldn't afford water. You know, it's always hard for people to reconcile all of this. But I always say when you meet someone and they're fearless or they're, it's from a place of struggle. I would have to boil water, leave it to, I don't know where I learned that science from, leave it to settle a little bit, and then that's how I would drink water. But I went back to campus, sat down with my juniors, and people would laugh at me.
What was that like, sitting with the people behind you?
Oh gosh, it was humiliating. It was very humiliating. You would meet people who would laugh at you, people who you sit in class. Oh yeah. There are people who make little snide comments about me, like, this one, she was my senior. People are mean. But I kept my head down, and I said, the highlight of it for me was Professor Awono. May his soul rest in peace. I was in a class called Creative Writing. It was the best class I was in. And the thing about creative writing was you have to be selected. At every term, you don't automatically get in. You have to be selected. And, I like to believe that I was one of his good students.
Selected.
Always selected. But it was just, writing was therapeutic. It was just a place where I felt so seen. It was a subject that, I felt like he got me. But then I thought the West was over, but it wasn't.
There's more to this.
There's more. That's what it. So, I went. It was difficult because, you can't just say you show up and write the exams and go, because every semester and what they teach. So I'm having to humble myself. I know how to humble myself a lot. Humble myself and be in study groups with my juniors, even when they are making comments. The goal is just to finish. So then I wrote the final exam. I'm done. I'm not going to come back. Then I decided, let me just come and look at the results. I came, and the results were not adding up. I was like, wait. Now, I knew I was a good student. I was not the best, but not this bad. So I started trying to figure out my grades. These grades are not adding up. Thankfully, Professor Awono, I go to him and I tell him, Prof, these grades, and he said no.
These are not your grades.
These are not your grades. At least for me, he knows that for his subject, these are not my grades. Because with creative writing, we wouldn't write exams. Our grades started right from the beginning of the semester. Mm-hmm. So whatever project we were working on, whether poetry, story, or whatever, you're being,
So continuous assessment.
Exactly. So he was like, nah. So he worked with me to change at least 3 of my grades, because it's a process.
Why do you think he did that?
I don't know. I get emotional talking about this because I think and that's what I said in my speech, that as a lecturer, you don't know the impact you have on people's lives. I have no idea. I remember I would show up in his class and I would have sometimes blue hair or when I had blonde hair, he'd say, my, she has blonde hair today. But I think he saw something in me. And when I walked to him, he said, let's see what we can do. If you've met Professor Awono, he's to me, he's like a mini god. There's a way. And then Professor Nyido as well, he was also amazing. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't believe that he went through the process of helping me change my grades enough for me to, I get emotional when I talk about it, to graduate.
So how did you feel when he got killed by those terrorists in Kenya? Where did you hear that?
So because our class was so small, so I remember one of my good friends, Ernest. I think I saw it online, and it's hard to express how you feel online for people who don't know your story. It's easy for people to say that, where do you know him from?
They may even think you are being political.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I call Ernest. I'm like, Ernest. He's like, yeah, I don't know. and we were on this phone, we talked. It felt good to have someone who understood what he was
Got it.
in our class, but beyond just giving me confidence as a writer, that he held my hand. You know, all the other grades, I couldn't do that with any other professor. I don't know what happened or why that happened to my grades, but for him to do that, and when he changed it, and I saw that I was passing, I left that university. I said, I'll never go back. I didn't go for my certificates. I didn't go for nothing. I just said that, you know what, I'll make sure in this life, I'll never need any of this to make it.
You never went back?
I never went back.
Till you were invited for the speech?
Till I was invited for
How many years is that?
Oh.
The speech was this year?
This year. This is since 2008.
What?
If I'll go there maybe to jog or whatever, if they invite me, I say me, investor, you won't see me.
18 years?
Yeah.
So what made you agree to this one?
I think that it was just time. When I got it, again, my mother, when I told my mother, she was like, oh, we omo, no best friend.
She hasn't forgiven me. She hasn't forgiven me.
My mother, listen, if you have an issue with me, I might forgive you, but my mama will not forgive you.
Yeah, man, maybe so.
But, you know, it was like, I did say I would come back someday to come and give a speech. And if they had asked me maybe 3 years ago, I would not be ready. But I feel that it was just time. And writing of the speech was very therapeutic. Now I have a wonderful relationship. But what I love about what the University of Ghana did for me in that space is they didn't hear my story. I mean, they didn't even know the entire story until after the speech. But when they did it, the head of the English department walked up to me and said, "We are sorry.
Oh, nice.
We are really sorry." And so many other lecturers came to talk to me. They're like, "Listen, you are not the only person this has happened to." And so many people flooded my DMs to say, "Hey, I went through the same thing." And I said I would never go back. But I'm glad that we are changing the story, because I reduced my entire experience to just that one story, when it was so much more. Because I met Professor Awono, Professor Nido, Professor Mary Nanama Dankwa, so many friends of mine who are in political spaces and CEOs and everything. That's where I got confidence. That's where I did my first acting gig. So many good things happened, but I reduced it to just that one story. Story. Yeah. So it was just time.
How did you feel like delivering the speech?
When I got to campus, I didn't know it was going to be like that too. So I got there, and then there's a procession. I said, "Hey,
you're part of it. Guest speaker now."
No, and I have a little bit of social anxiety.
Really?
Believe it or not. And so I didn't have my photographer there, my team is not there. So I get a little bit, then I see, Marietta Brew. I'm like, Jesus, hey, what am I doing here? Like, am I supposed to be here? And they're like, okay, so, Lydia, so we're about to process. Hey,
me?
I'm like, I can't believe this is, happening to me. So I got on stage and I was sitting next to Marietta, and we had a wonderful conversation.
The president's legal advisor.
Yes, president. Yeah. Hey, look at how I'm saying casual. Hey, I'm begging you. It's a title I have to say.
The president's legal counsel.
The president's legal counsel.
Honorable
Marietta. Hey, please, I beg you, please don't arrest me.
She's forgiving you already.
But she's so amazing, and I was telling her a little bit of my story. She said, "Lydia, like, we all have stories." And I was like, "But I feel like what am I going to say? Everybody's given this." She said, just you'll be fine. And I shared my story. For me, as when I give any speech, it has to come from my heart.
Yes.
And I just could feel, when you're giving a speech and you see people, young people, nod.
You felt that when you were doing it?
People were looking at me and they were nodding. I was like, okay, I must be saying something right. But I blanked out a little bit.
Okay.
And then, when they started clapping, I was like, oh, wow. So, when I posted it online, I had to travel the next day. So I'd kind of gone AWOL on social media. I didn't know what a big deal it had become. But when I came on, I cried a little bit. I was like, it was part of my story. It really was. I would not have it any other way. That period made me, if you can go through that level of struggle, humiliation, and poverty at a very young age. I was thrust into a world where I was responsible for so many people with very little. That resilience is something that I am grateful that I was able to build through it.
Do you read comments when you post stuff?
You know, when I was younger, I used to read a lot of comments, and I'm like, you know, what do you think you are?
Fire back.
What you're not gonna do is get me, what? Can you say this to my face? You know, because I was young. Now
You're still young, come on.
But I still do sometimes. It just does not bother me. I think I am in a very dangerous point in my life where very little faces me. So I don't react like I used to, because like you're very insignificant in the grand scheme of things. I remember that very day, some guy had come to insult me. I'm like, hey, do you know who I am? I went to give a speech. University of He said, oh, anybody can give. So I said, if it's easy, do it.
Good, that's all. Go do what make you see.
But yeah, I mean, I read sometimes,
Yeah.
but for the most part now, I say stuff and then I move on.
But for this speech, what were some of the surprising
so the
reactions?
speech, I read the comments about 3 days later because I was out of the country, time difference. So I wake up and it's 3 a.m. where I am. I start reading and I'm shocked. Like, I had no idea.
Because you're just telling your story.
I was just telling my story. The amount of even high-profile people.
Really?
I'm telling you, politicians who sent me message like, you were telling my story. I just felt like, wow, it felt good. Because for years, I would not tell this story. I felt like it was only me. And maybe it's because of my personality and all of that. But to have this resonate with so many people, and to have even members of the university themselves say that, hey, so many people have gone through it, so thank you. Because a lot of people are not bold to say these things to help us make change. It was, for me, I've won awards, but it's one of the highlights of my life. Really is.
If they call you again to give a speech in 5 years' time, will you go?
Oh, now they be our best. Now, yeah. I'm back. I'm going to do my master's. I just got admission.
Oh, nice. Which subject? Which subject?
International business.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, through that, in that
At UG?
Yes, at that week, a lot happened.
Nice.
I went to get my certificates, you know.
After the many years?
After many years, you know.
They found it for you?
They found it for me. They're like, your name will be waiting for you. I got my transcript.
Nice.
I was looking at my transcript. I was like, wow, I was really good.
Be shocked.
I'll be shocked small. And so I found the courage to, you know, apply for my master's.
Great. When the lecture start?
In about 2 weeks.
Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking.
You're going to be a student, man.
Charlie, the mind is
Student,
not
entrepreneur, everything. So
the
many
mind
things.
is not
No,
what
the
it
mind
used
day,
to
the mind
be.
day. Charlie, entrepreneur day, you can do anything, man.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. It's a bit scary though, because I was like, hey, Charlie.
New doors.
Now I wear glasses, so how go
No,
read
you
this
go see.
thing?
You go pass through. We'll be talking about this in a year. How many years? 2 years? A year? 2 years?
A year.
Good.
A year.
Yeah,
a
1
year.
year. It will
a
come
year.
like that.
And maybe I'll do doctor. I want people to call me Dr. Forson.
Dr. Forson.
Dr.
Yes. Hello, Dr. Forson.
Yes, for aesthetic reasons.
It be so. It be so. When I say for love and country,
Oh,
what does that mean to you?
How do you have all these? What do you have in there?
I'm a journalist. Just like you're an entrepreneur.
For love and country. It's for love and country. It's one of my latest productions with Sparrow Productions, and absolutely love it. You know, it tells the story of a first lady. You know, what I love, of course, about Shelley is every time she's telling a story, she tries to give that. You know, we always talk about the presidents, but we never talk about the first lady.
Yes.
So she gives that, you know, angle.
Yes.
And it was quite difficult to film because, again, the older you get, memorizing 3 pages, Charlie, it's not easy.
Do you have any hacks for memorizing stuff?
So I'm accused a lot on set because a lot of my colleagues, they can chew and pour.
Chew and pour, eh?
They can say, it's not like Ajeti.
But our Ghana education system helps us to chew and pour now.
Hey, me, I can't. I can't. But you see, here's the funny thing, and this is not about any of my colleagues.
No.
They are able to chew and pour. But my technique, when I get on set, I never forget my lines.
What is your technique?
Because the thing about you and Paul is you have to internalize the character. If you just memorize, they are just words, but the words have to have meaning. So for me, I like to read. I want to understand what is happening in the scene. I want to look at the key words. I want to, you have to internalize the character. So that when you get on set, it is no longer just words. The audience can tell when you are just saying, and then a man and a woman.
But you have to feel it.
You have to feel it. When you feel it, you know that human beings, when we are talking, we pause.
Yes.
And we laugh sometimes. And if we are crying, not every cry, like back then, if you can act spared, that means you can cry. Not everybody cries.
But there's
like
some very emotional cry when the person just holds your mouth and you feel it.
You feel it. Some people, when they're upset, they start laughing. So I like to, my technique is very simple. I like to just read, understand, stay with myself. And so that when I get in there, it is no longer Lydia. I am doing justice to the character. So that's what I try to do.
So you enjoyed For Love and Country?
I enjoyed. It's hard. It was hard though. It was hard.
How long did it take for you to get all the shots done?
If I tell you, there's a reason why I say it was hard.
Tell me.
An average film should take, like, for a simple story, on the average, anywhere from a month to 3 months. We did this in about 5 days.
Hey, you collapsed everything into a week. How early do you get on set and when do you leave? Or you never leave?
We get on set very early.
5, 4?
Oh, at least by 6 a.m.
Okay.
But that means I have to be up by 5.
Yes.
They are filming into the evening. What makes it a bit difficult now is because of all the cast in it, everybody's schedule. So you're having to cramp everything. The advantage of being a writer, producer, like Shirley, is you're able to write in a producer script. So you write in a way that it works with the time that you have. But it's not easy because filming is very expensive.
Yes, of course.
I mean, you understand.
Yeah.
A day is
it's
expensive.
a lot of money.
So when people talk about the film industry, it's like we still want to tell stories, but the reality is if you don't have the budget, you have to cram a lot into a few days, which is not easy on the actor, it's not easy on the crew, but then we want to tell the story. So it was not easy.
5 days.
Charlie, and I was the lead.
Wow.
That one did a chew and pour.
Baba.
Baba. But it was also fun. Yeah. When you're working with, professionals, there was this new actor called Melvin who was really good. Now and, Jackie. There are people when you work with, you and then the new actors, when they come and see that it's not easy.
No.
They say, we want new people. Okay, come.
It's not a walk in the park.
Are you ready? Come. But it was a lot of fun.
What's it like working with Shirley performance?
Oh, Shirley. I feel like Shirley's a lot like me. You're either really going to love her or it's going to be difficult. If you are professional, because she takes it very seriously. She doesn't care how close you are. Like when I am on set, I respect myself. Because if I am late, if I don't know my lines, and people say you're A-list. When the upcoming know their lines. So she takes...
Business is business.
Business is business. After business, we can laugh. But business is business. But what I love about her too is you can go to her and say, this script, this line, I don't know. I'm thinking, what can we do about it? She likes people who are involved in the story, because she's a storyteller. She's very dialogue, driven. If you're not that type of actor, you might struggle. If you're that type of actor who gets on sets and do whatever, you will struggle. It doesn't matter how high or low. Everybody is treated the same. So if you have to be ready mentally. I remember when we were shooting For Love and Country, one day she told me that, I don't know, Lydia. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Charlie, my level.
Play.
I'm not feeling it. What's going on with you? What's happening? And truly, I was drowning because I was Kinky Matters, and I was in a course with GCIC, Ghana Climate Innovation Center, for my business. I'm doing that. It was a lot. And she could tell in my performance. She told me that, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not feeling it. I don't know what's going on in your life, but you need to fix it. Very few directors are able to see that. Shirley will push you.
Nice.
Then I went home and I said, hey, Charlie, yawa. See, I'm not feeling it.
You have to step up.
And then when you do well, after the scene, you do. Good job.
Be so.
I like it. Say, madam, compliment me small.
Turn up the volume a little bit.
But I mean, every director, and Shirley is very dialogue driven.
Yeah.
So someone like Ivan is very technical.
Kwashigan,
he's very technical. He's also story. But what I love about filmmakers, everybody has their strengths. So every director you're working with and what you get from them. What Ivan does very well is he's able to cast based on personality a lot.
Okay.
So when people come in, it's raw. That is his strength.
So what kind of roles does he give you?
Oh, what kind of roles have I don't think. I think I have an advantage over some actors. I'm very versatile,
Yeah,
so it doesn't
you can
matter.
play different roles.
1 minute I'm the first lady, the next I'm in Kitiki somewhere, pregnant woman. So I have that advantage.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. If you look at your life right now, which season are you in? Is it a season of reinvention? Is it expansion? Is it consolidation? Where are you?
Oh, hey, but you ask good questions.
Thank you.
You're getting me to talk. I mean, I'm tired. Which season am I in? What I want to say is I'm printable. The season I'm in.
Effing awesome.
No, it's an effing bull. How do I put this? I want to say I'm fuckable with.
I got you.
But I love the season I'm in.
Okay.
For a period, and I didn't realize that is who I had become. I kind of went into my shell a little bit.
You did?
I did.
Is that odd for you?
I'm a reserved person in my own way.
We wouldn't see that.
Nobody will see that. I like my space. I like my, my plants and my dog, and
You have a dog?
I have a dog.
What's
He has an
she called?
Instagram page.
He has
It's
an
called Oreo Kweku Forson.
No. Back it up. Your dog has an IG page.
Yes.
Who they update?
Almost like 3,000.
Who they update?
I mean, his mom. Technically.
Oreo.
Yes.
Like the biscuit.
Yes.
Oreo.
Yes.
Kweku.
Kweku is for my mother. My mother gave him Kweku.
Was he born on a Wednesday?
We don't care. We just know he's born 26th of August.
Oh, he has a birthday.
Yes, he does.
OKF.
Okay. Yeah.
And what's on his? If I go to his IG page, what do I see there?
Oh, it's Oreo Forson. You see, him living his best life.
What kind of breed of dog is this?
He's a mixture of an Affin Pinscher and Maltese.
No way.
Yeah.
Oreo.
Yes, he's very famous.
What's his personality like?
Oh wow, very interesting, very smart. I love talking about my dog.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Because I've loved dogs since I've loved animals.
Okay.
I'm a very
Animal person.
huge. I'm pescatarian.
Okay.
Very huge animal lover. I feel like animals are amazing. Sometimes better than human beings. But and my family too encourages all of that. Like when I was, I think in secondary school, I had a dog. And then she had a litter, and then they died. He was left with one, and then I was keeping it at night and giving it milk every evening.
Foster mother.
Charlie, I think my parents indulged a lot of. When I look back, there was a stray cat that I brought home. I had a pet goat.
Were you vaccinating these beasts?
I have to ask my parents because for my goats,
You had a pet goat?
Yes, someone dashed me a goat from our church. I didn't know that they were giving it to me to eat.
Yeah, I should have thought that they were like.
Hey, listen, I took it very seriously. I was cleaning it up every day, and I think one day we have to interview my parents and ask them, like, what were you thinking? So
where was the goat sleeping?
Oh, he had a
little pen.
Yeah, my parents did a pen for
Okay.
it. So then we moved, and then my father said, we are giving the goat to our friend. so that, you know, there'll be other goats, right? That's the story they told me. And I want to believe my parents. So when we settled, I was like, I want to go back for my goats. And then the woman said that, oh, a car hits the goats and a lot of stuff. I still think about my goats.
Oh, what? Did he have a name as well?
I didn't have a name for the goats.
But the other dogs,
But
what were their names?
I had 2 aunts.
Ants.
I thought that I was so sure.
Ant, A-N-T-S.
Peter and Paul.
The small.
I didn't know that.
What kind of ants are these, man?
I have no idea. I mean, my parents made me believe that it's true. I didn't know.
Peter and Paul.
Maybe there were different ants coming in every day, but I used to see 2 ants every day. I used to put sugar there and they would come. So I said Peter and Paul. I've had all kinds of
goldfish.
No goldfish. I like to take care of.
Yeah, you're able to touch them.
Fish. It's like I like cats, but then cats don't need you. They don't care about you. I like dogs.
They're too independent.
Dogs depend on me. They make me feel very important. Like, oh, mommy, you're home.
So when you come home, what does Oreo do?
Oh, he loses his mind. And I love it. I love his anxiety. I love his separation anxiety.
Why do you call him Oreo?
I don't know.
Is he black and white?
When he was a puppy, he had a little white patch. So then, you know, Oreo. But then he's getting older, so he has, you know.
How old is he now?
Oreo is 7. He's turning 7 this year.
They say dog years are 1 dog year is equal to 7
I don't
human.
like to think about it.
So he's 49 now.
I know, he grew.
He grew. She did reach pension.
But I had dogs before,
Okay.
Oreo. Yeah, I've kept pets most of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just an animal person.
I've just always been an
You
animal.
go to the zoo sometimes?
I've not been to the zoo here, believe it or not.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to go to the zoo. When I came here, I wanted to go to the zoo once. And we moved around a lot when we moved to Ghana. So I never had that opportunity. And then I don't like to see animals in cages.
Yeah, you want the freedom.
It makes me a little bit...
They should be free.
Yeah, but I mean, then realistically, like you can't have a lion that is free roaming the street.
Unless you go to Kenya and watch them.
Do you understand?
Safari.
So I know my dreams are unrealistic. Don't worry. I have accepted my cuckoo-ness.
We are good.
Yeah.
We like you like that. We love you like that. What does success in 26 look like for you that has no semblance of success in 2016?
Oh, wow. Oh, 2016. 2016 was an interesting year.
Yeah, that was the end of the Mahama 1.
Whew. Oh, they made my life hell.
Yeah. It was documented.
Well documented. It's so interesting, like when I look back, and most of the people who, at that time in 2016, the people who would even attack me last year, some of them were not even born. But it's so interesting. 2016, I had a lot of fire. I felt like I used to fight a lot. I mean, 2015, 14, 16 was a lot of beginning of my activism years where, you know, I was speaking on politics and women's rights and, you know, I was very defensive, you know, because again, you nobody tells you what going to that field looks like.
Where did the spark come from?
Where did
the spark come from?
You know, I always say that I did not dream of being an activist. Who aspires for that kind of life? Who wakes up and says, oh, I'm going to be a freedom fighter? That's very performative.
It's hard.
I think it is something that is born out of necessity. I grew up in a Christian home. Empathy, respect, honesty, equality, for me, is what I believe that the Christian values embodied. So right from secondary school, you know, I did a demonstration in secondary school.
For what? Against what?
Against what? Visiting Sunday. They said that they won't allow us to have visitors because we did an event, so there's no visitors. I'm very flimsy thing. Meanwhile, nobody was coming to visit me. What is wrong was wrong.
Where did you go to school? Secondary school?
St. Louis Secondary
Okay,
School.
Kumasi.
Very Catholic school.
Yes.
So you can imagine how scandalous it was. And I was in SS2 and I walked straight with a letter to go and put...
What was the reaction?
The headmistress, I think, looked at me like she could not believe, because my uncle used to was teaching in the school as well. So it's like, but you, this girl, this thing doesn't even affect you. But that was me. I grew up believing that you have to always stand up for what's right.
Yeah.
And then when you grew up in this bubble that I grew up in, you feel like the whole world is like that. Until you realize that for a lot of people, their values shift based on how it benefits them. I thought that we were all in the same fight.
No confuse.
No confuse. So my activism just came from a place of that's just what we're supposed to do. And then you learn the very hard way that that's not the world you live in.
Did it get dangerous for you at that point?
Very dangerous.
What was the most dangerous part of your activism?
My mom got attacked at some point.
Physically?
Yeah, physically. And I did not know if I could.
How?
Yeah, it was very unfortunate, because I didn't understand the power of my voice. I really was under the illusion, and I had friends on both sides. Do you get me? So having friends on both sides made me feel like they understood that for me, what is right and what is wrong. And also understanding that even your friends don't have control over what some of the masses will do. There were people who were threatening me in my DMs, will kill you, will do all of these things, but those were just DMs.
Did you report them?
To who?
Police?
Every time I had tried to report anything, when you go to, the process in itself is so exhausting that you're like, you know what? So I'll probably leave the country at certain times, I'll let my mother go away. But I think the first time it, triggered anything was when, I was home and my mother came and, I can't describe how she looked because it's her story, but, someone had tried to attack her and I was like, so we had to move from where we were. And, you would think that I would learn my lesson, but this is my mouth. Because again, there are things that just come naturally to you. And nature. Then, these people come into power. And so it's like what I find funny about the political landscape is people's allegiance shift depending on what you say favors them.
Exactly.
So I make peace with the fact that none of you like me. You like what I'm saying in that moment. But at that point, I was very naive. I didn't understand the complexity of all of these things. So then it also made me very combative, right? Because if you're dealing with these things at home and people are writing letters to my father and, all of these things, and it's affecting people that I love. And I tell myself, I'm not going to say anything. And then, but someone says some nonsense and I'm like, and then you're coming from a family too, they themselves, they are fighters. So, it made me very combative and, that's just like at every point I was easily like, don't come because that's what I'm on. But over the years, as I came to appreciate my voice, the power of my voice, understand the political landscape a bit more, I would say 2026, I'm at peace with a lot of things. I don't think anybody can stress me anymore. Success to me, and that's the question you asked, that is peace.
Success is peace.
Success is peace. It's nothing other than that, to be able to own my words, because it got to a point where, should I say anything or I shouldn't? You retrieve, friends of yours, are texting you, telling you, oh, why are you always online? Why are you texting? In fact, I have a story of some 3 people. I've put their names down because the way these people used to say, hey, Lydia, what tweet it to do? And then now I see them, they bath on social media.
They take more than you.
They are there. They've made careers out of social media, So to go through all of that, I think that I am at the point where I'm at the most peace in my life, where I know my voice now. I understand my voice. I also understand that it's not linear. It can shift here, there. I will not be bullied to follow this person or to follow that. I'm more forgiving, actually. I'm more forgiving of people who have done certain things to me, because I feel sorry for them. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with them. So I'm a very, very peace. And, when a peaceful person is also a very dangerous person. So I feel like I'm very dangerous right now.
In 2016, who would you not forgive?
Who will I not forgive?
In 2016.
Oh, who will I not know? There's only one person I won't forgive. I'll mention his name. But when you lay awake, you know.
Whoever the person is knows.
Oh, they know. They tried me. But you get to a point where you feel, see, being at peace is a blessing. Being confident in who you are, your voice. I now understand people's anger towards me. Because it's not easy to live your truth in this world. We live in a world where everybody's performative. Everybody has to lie. They have to cosplay something. I speak for this party because of that, or I speak for... There's no confidence. Of course you're angry at me. Because who are you? How dare you? How dare you be happy? How dare you live out your dreams? How dare you be bold and confident? How dare you feel beautiful when we think you're ugly? How dare you? And so it speaks more to them than it does to me. And there's so much power in that. So I'm not as angry as I used to be, you know. The defenses are, you know, I don't need any of that as much. You know, when I come on, when these boys, when you talk about women and every day you hate men, you're doing all of these things, it's like, if you have any sense, you know that, come on now.
Have you retired from activism? Or you're on a sabbatical?
You know, like I said, I didn't know how much of my voice I had just, you know, suppressed for a long time, because you think these things don't get to you, but you know, after a while you're like, why do I even want to talk about this? If I talk, they are going to insult me, or they are going to misunderstand me. I also had to learn through this space that language is important. I cannot, the way I speak, the way I am learned, and it's not to be condescending to anybody, I have so much depth. I have so much nuance. I have exposure that a lot of people do not have. It sets me on a different, you know, pedestal. So you get to this space, you're like, why am I dealing with, you know, any of this? And gradually, you don't want to deal with that. Why am I putting myself up to, you know, engage with some of these people? And I won't lie, I got to a point where I also hated people misunderstanding me. You know, I hated it so much, because I'm like, why will I talk when they will not understand? Like, even the first 3 lines that I will write, I woke up one day, I was trending, and I was like, what am I trending for? And it was something I had written that I thought made sense. But people didn't understand it. And look at this girl, she's a hypocrite, she's this, and people are so angry.
What did you write?
I don't even remember. I think it was something. All I remember is I had reached out to there are people I reach out to say, hey, this thing I'm going to write, does it make sense? Because I don't want it to seem like I'm either for, and they're like, oh, it's fine. Then I wake up and
boom.
What's going on? And people were just coming at me. And I didn't understand. So you don't realize it, but it's, when you wake up and you have over 5,000 people writing about you.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah. And you feel even hot, because like, people are already saying something. You're like, you know.
What?
But who am I? Like, why do you care about me? Who am I? I'm not the richest person. I'm not the president of this country. Why do you care about me so much? So gradually, I did not realize it until someone said it, that, you know, you don't talk. I said, because it's not worth it to me. But when I went through the process, when you come to understand people, you realize it has nothing to do with you. So when you come in line and say, you know, you're a hypocrite, or you hate men, or you hate this party, I'm only responsible for what you understand. I'm not responsible. I'm only responsible for what I say. I'm not responsible
for how you understand it.
Charlie, baby, I will feel. I didn't put you there.
No.
And then you also find out how many people appreciate you in certain spaces. When a young girl comes up to you and tells you that, I wear my natural hair because of you, or I'm confident because of you, or I'm an activist because of you. Those are the rewards. all the other people online. Come so come. What you
Hunger is a
saying?
big factor.
No, for real,
It is.
people are hungry. So they are hungry and they are angry and Jesus take the real. That's how I'm saying.
Amen. I'm wondering, is it difficult to be a dark-skinned woman with natural hair?
You forgot one more thing.
A pretty dark-skinned woman
Well, I
with natural
mean,
hair.
that's a given. But dark skin, big, natural hair woman. Beauty is a social construct. And if the society has decided that what is beautiful looks a certain way and you don't look it, your entire life you're called ugly. Now, first of all, I don't think I'm ugly. I think I'm a gorgeous woman. There's nothing anybody can tell me in this world that will make me think that I'm ugly.
But they still say it.
Oh, they say it all the time.
Even in 2026?
Even in 2026, they say it.
Really?
They call me ugly, they call me pig, they call me all kinds of stuff. And I think what frustrates people is that I won't wait for you to tell me I'm beautiful. Like, you have to humble. Why do I have to be humble about my beauty?
Say it first.
I'm a beautiful, intelligent person. Like,
That's all.
you too, you can say you're beautiful and intelligent.
That's all.
But when I started the industry, you know, casting was a problem, you know.
They wouldn't take big.
Oh, as of
black-
2019, there was a big production I was going to do in Nigeria. Everything was set. And then the producer writes to me and to tell me that, hey, so the executive producer saw what you look like and decided that, you know, for the image they are going for, they want a beautiful, successful career woman, and you really don't fit the role. Or there was a movie I was doing in Nigeria, and then it was actually the director who told me. So I get on set, and then the lead actress being wonderful, being nice to me, and the director say, hey, let me tell you the truth, though. He said that for his character, he's a rich career, you know, man, wealthy, whatever. He needs a certain girlfriend, and you are not that girlfriend. And the director, you know, really took a chance on me and said, she's gorgeous. So for many years, when I came into the film industry, you would notice when they are casting plus size, you're always going to be the funny character, or you're never the sex symbol. Because to be a sex symbol, you have to look, you know, light skin or a certain type of hair and all of those things. I was none of those things, but I bulldozed my way. I was like, I'm going to be a sex symbol. I want to be one of the sexiest people on camera, only because I want girls who look like me to also feel seen. But it doesn't stop at all. You know, when people want to insult you, the first thing they'll talk about is your size or your skin color or your hair. You would have men who come into your life and tell you, look, one day I wore a weave and I took a picture and I put it on Snapchat, and I'm telling you, even friends of mine were, hey, Charlie, you're looking hot. Oh. I was like, but I've always been.
What was the difference? The weave?
The weave, you know.
So the weave is hot.
The weave is hard. I mean, it's really what we have sold beauty as. So you have men, or even women, who admire something, but they feel like it's not accepted in society. So they don't want to admire it, you know. It's why everybody wants to have a certain type of body now, because that is what is in, or the assumption that is what is in. And I think that's why we have a huge power as creatives to be able to break these barriers, you know, show that you can be successful and dark skin.
With natural hair.
With natural hair and be beautiful. But we are still not there. I mean, if in 2026, when I'm still going on film sets, I kid you not, a lot of times I have to take my own hairstylist.
They can't deal with your natural hair.
They don't have natural hairstylists. It is like, so I have to do that, or I had to learn how to braid my own hair to be on film sets. A lot of times they don't have that. In 2026, in Ghana.
So things are not improving.
Oh, We have improved a little bit, but we are not fully there, because again, when you pump it into people's head that this is what beauty looks like, when you go on social media and you have everybody having the same type of body or skin color, that is what everybody aspires to have.
Were you always confident in your skin?
Oh yes, I mean.
So it never fazed you when they said all these hurtful things to you?
You see, that's why I said family is important. I grew up with parents who made me feel like I was the baddest. It doesn't mean that I never had insecurities or I've not had my own. Those moments come, as I'm sure with all human beings. There are days when you're like, I feel bloated, those are natural things. But at every given point, I remember one time I wrote on my status about, plus size fashion. My brother went to write a long, you are not plus size. What do you mean by plus size? I'm like, no, Sam, I'm plus size.
You've accepted yourself?
I'm not offended. No. But it's like how you write plus size. Like, do you know what plus size is? Have you seen your hips? I said, Sam, I'm okay. So I've always had good family who've made me feel, and I think it's very important to come from that. When you're thrown into the world, the world does not face you. But, at some point, like there were days when someone would say, this girl, I'm sure she's pregnant.
They can tell you this face to face?
There was a guy on, I don't know if it's a girl, but it was an anonymous page. Every year on Father's Day, the person used to wish me happy Father's Day.
I don't get it. Why?
Because I looked like a man.
No.
So every Father's Day, they would wish me happy Father's Day. Every Father's Day.
The same one person?
One person. It was a popular page. There's a guy who's popular now. I'll mention his name. Sometimes I sit back, and when I get a vitriol on social media, I laugh because I'm like, you people don't understand the story behind. Because there's a guy who's popular now, but once upon a time had an alias and used to throw a lot of vitriol my way, and a lot of for other women was really horrible. But then, people change and become whatever, and then he's now popular. Good for him. But he was a horrible person and used to say all kinds of nasty stuff. There are bloggers who would attack you, and I knew them personally. And so when I was combative and all of that, it was not from just because I want to be. These are people I know. These are people who I know the fake pages they run. These are people who I know, because you know how the media
people
is.
Run fake pages to attack.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty good at catching people. And they know. I would confront them. I think the mistake I've made in some cases was not out them. But I also believe in karma. That if your time will come, and then for some of them, that time
has come.
Oh, it has come, gone, it will come again. But there were people who were horrible online. Really horrible. There are times when someone will intentionally post a picture of you to create. I remember it's a blogger. I mean, we are okay now, but he didn't understand why I didn't like him, because he would post a picture of me with my natural hair and caption, Lydia with the messy hair look. Why would you call black hair messy?
Yeah.
That's derogatory.
100%.
And then you don't understand why I'm upset with you. You have never posted anybody with a weave saying their hair is messy. You chose to post a picture of me with natural hair and call it messy in a weird backhanded comment. So now people on the internet do not understand my frustration with this person. All they see is, Lydia is, I'm like, you don't understand the orchestration. Or bloggers who try and make moves on you, and if it didn't work, because back then it was very common where a lot of bloggers will make moves on you, hit on you, and if they didn't like you, will run hate campaigns. My only crime was saying no and standing my ground. So then there was a whole orchestration against my character. Because you have to understand how the media works. If they choose to project you as a beautiful person, everybody is going to like you. If they choose to project you as an angry, black, fat, natural hair, crazy girl bitch, that is how people are going to see you. So I was like this Lone Ranger fighting all of these, battles.
Was it lonely?
Yes. Yes, because the way I would always speak up for people, I mean, there are people who have spoken up for who have done me wrong, but the way this my crazy mind works, wrong is wrong, right is right. So even if I don't like you, I will not rejoice over your injustice. But then you'll be like, yo, do you see what they're doing to me? Like, you know they're lying. Or an incident will happen and there are people who know the truth.
But don't say it.
They would not, say. But if anything, I'm not upset because it also made me very resilient. And that's why I'm fearless.
That's it.
Because I've had to fight my own battles. So there's nothing you can tell me. I don't depend on you for my voice. I have my own voice. So yes, the narrative has not been great, but it also means that I am ineffable with. Like, if you come at me, I will serve you. So these are not bad, sad stories. It has shaped who I am.
You were fortunate to have a family that supports you.
Oh, yes.
What would you say to the young girl, woman, who doesn't have that support system and is fighting all these stereotypes, her size, the way she looks, the way she does her hair? What are your hacks for that young girl or woman?
Family is not always blood. Find your community. Find a safe space. I have wonderful friends as well. I have friends who are not popular. Some of my friends, we've been friends for 30 years, 20 years. I'm very loyal, so I have some really good friends. But they are my safe space. And when I'm having these moments, I can go there and I don't have to say, please, don't tell anybody. They already know. So I get it. Sometimes the negativity is, I was privileged. I always own my privilege because my parents are wonderful. My brothers, oh my gosh, my brothers make me feel like I am the best person that I'm beautiful. Nobody, like, if you're a man, cry, you know my sister, So I am privileged, but not everybody is. But find your community, find your safe space, find a friend, because some parents will put you down, some family will put you down. Everybody needs a safe, space. So it doesn't have to come from family. It can come from friends. Just find that. Yeah.
Now let's take it all the way back.
Oh, gosh.
Back, rewind to your earliest memories. Lydia, what can you remember from way back?
Oh, God. Oh, what point in my life?
Earliest.
Oh, gosh. About anything?
Yes. Before everything that we know about you publicly, what were you like? What do you remember from way back? Early childhood.
Oh, gosh. It's so many. I think the two memories that are coming to me was when my parents were in America, and we were in Ghana. And I remember just being a young girl and missing my mom. I don't even remember what she was looking like at that point, but I knew I missed my mom. And my dad had come to Ghana. I don't remember too much, but I think I was 5 years old. My dad had come to Ghana. And I remember telling my dad that when you're going, I want to go with you. I don't remember. All I know is the next day I was on a plane. I don't remember being on a plane. My dad said I slept throughout. But then I saw my mom. And I rushed to her. It's like one of the happiest moments of my life. We reunited with my mom. And then the following year, my brothers. And then...
What took your parents to America?
So my dad was in school.
Okay.
And then, my mom joined. And then my brothers and I were separated.
So you were born here?
Yeah, I was born in Ghana.
Okay.
I was born in Ghana. Okay. My brothers were living in Tema. I was in Carnation somewhere. We were just... It was a lot. I'm coming from a lot. You don't have enough for that. But we were separated, and then somehow my brothers and I found each other. And then through that process, I lost my sister. I had a little sister.
A little sister?
Yeah, people don't know. Kafui, what are you doing? You're getting me saying all kinds of things.
To you. We're having a chat.
I had a beautiful little sister.
What was her name?
She was called Emma. She was called Emma Forson. When she's named after my niece as well.
Okay.
And my niece was born on a Sunday, so the same. Emma A.C. Forson. Yeah. So we suffered a lot of trauma at that time. And so the plan was, I don't know. All I know is I missed my mom, and I woke up one day, I was in America.
What was that like, entering America?
Charlie, me, I don't even know if I could even speak English, because I don't remember. The first English word I said was open the door. So my father tells me that, Charlie, my father is the one who tells the story. Because I was like, Daddy, how did I learn? He said, Charlie, now the tree now.
That's it. And the Americans will wonder, what's going on here?
Do you understand? I don't know, but it just became my life.
Yes.
And then my brothers came. But then it was difficult because, now you are in America and it's your formative years.
Yes.
So then you transition from Africa to America.
So you spoke Fanti first?
I think so.
Ghana.
Because all I know is that the English day was not English.
Open the door.
Open the door. That's all I knew.
The door is still open.
The door is still open. And then, I built this life.
Which city in America?
Kentucky. Nobody should judge me. I don't know how my father, but maybe that's where he got scholarship, but we're in Kentucky.
What was he studying in school, though?
My father's a reverend, so he was studying, at that point, was he doing his doctorate in missiology?
Okay, missiology.
Yeah.
So was he a missionary?
No, he was a reverend at the
okay.
Methodist Church.
Okay.
So, I don't know, something. But I knew that we had built a life there. That's all I knew. But Ghana was like, I really wanted to know what Ghana was like.
So how long were you in America for?
I did just maybe 5 years. But you see,
Okay.
the difficulty thing is your formative years.
Yeah.
The first 10 years is such a... I don't recommend for any parents. Because those are your formative years, right? And then just when you have acclimatized, assimilated to that,
Yes.
they decide you're coming to Ghana.
They ship you back.
So we come to Ghana, because my father is very pro-Ghanaian, he's just like me. We come to Ghana. So in America, I was never white enough, and in Ghana, I was not black enough. Because we come to Ghana, and then I remember I was talking to someone I made, F off. I'm going to report you to the teacher that you are sick.
You're swearing.
In fact, talk about memories. We got to Ghana and went to buy Coca-Cola. In America, when you buy the bottle, you just, put it in recycling.
Yes.
So I went to buy Coke and I went to put it in a bin. I was in class. And
The bottle?
The bottle. I was in class and then some woman came, she's looking for me. So that girl not told me drink. I was like, so she comes and the teacher is like trying to figure out. They say, oh no. She comes and she's like, where's my bottle? I'm like, I threw it away. She's like, bring my bottle. I said, what are you going to use it for?
Culture shock, reverse time.
But I found this group on Facebook where I felt so seen because you never belong. Even now, I've never felt like I belonged here because the jokes, and it's also part of the things I would go through online because I would write a joke and I thought it was funny.
Nobody gets it.
Nobody, like if I say, don't be silly, you are telling me I'm silly. You are insulting me. I'm like, I'm just saying, don't be silly.
That's all.
Yucky
style.
But yeah, that whole period was, I don't think you ever completely get over it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Best time in America? What was your best time?
Oh, the best time. So many best times. Just, I think, with our family, we were very close, family dinner, movies, I think I had a pretty good fairy tale, and that's why I aspire for all of that because it was just a lot of movies and going out with friends and playing games. And, I had my best friend Lisa and my parents used to record me.
On the camcorders?
Yes, standing in the TV. So right behind me is CNN. And I want to tell everybody that, because I was always doing news recitals and all of that. It was a beautiful time. It really was.
Did you realize that you were black when you came to America?
Oh, yes. We're like 3 black kids in our school.
How big was the school? How many kids in the school? Or your class?
I mean, when I was younger, it seemed grand, but now I don't know. But all I know is that I was black. I remember going to our neighbor, in our neighborhood, we're not too many black people, and I remember going to our neighbor to eat. And Charlie, the bone, I chew the bone.
Ghana style.
And then the girl said, Mommy, she's chewing the bone. And the mother said, be quiet, it's their culture.
Just wanted your marrow, man.
Meanwhile, my father said, you have to chew
the bone, man.
But my parents tried. We spoke Tree, we spoke Fanti. They did a very good job. Looking at what parents are going through now, when we didn't have Ghanaians around us, but they did a very good job.
Yeah, but you came back with the language.
Yes. I mean, not perfect,
but you can get around.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So back to Ghana, and you continued primary school in Ghana, right?
Yeah, came to Akosombo International School.
Okay, what was that like?
They lied to us, you know. My dad said, you are coming to Little America.
In Akosombo.
Charlie, in fact, the first night in Ghana was horrible. That time when you get out of the plane, you come out, then you walk down.
Yes.
We had left when the weather was cold. It was in October.
Yeah, fall.
So I was excited because, you know, Ghana was like a dream I wanted to see.
You had never come back since you left? Okay.
Never. So we get there. They open. Charlie.
Oven.
The heat. I couldn't breathe. I remember doing... And I turned to my brother. I'm like, Kwamina, can you breathe? He's like, I can't breathe. And I turned, so we're like, and in my head, is this going to be the rest of my life? I can't breathe. And then someone was supposed to have booked us in a guest house. We get to this guest house, no air condition, the fan is not working, the heat.
And you came from a cold time.
Jesus.
Clear.
Then when they now drove us in the car to some, I don't know if it's a station to go and buy food. Maybe for my father it was normal, but for us, so my brothers and I decided we're going to do fasting to go to America. So we'll do fasting from morning to 12. We did from 7 to like maybe 9. Then my father said, don't worry, we're going to move to Little America. Then he took us to Mankesim.
The land of Kako.
Oh, then we were there for certain. Then we came to Akosombo. Akosombo is beautiful.
It is.
Akosombo, it's one of my favorite towns. You know, I know everybody there. It's a wonderful place. But at the time, I said, "This is not America. You lied to us." It's a Little America. So we spent 1 year being traumatized. Yeah, it was horrible. But after a while, you know, I loved it.
And from there you came to UG?
From there, from Akosombo, so Akosombo, we moved to Accra. Then I came to Roman Ridge.
Okay.
But, you know, for the year there, I hated it.
Why?
It was just not Akosombo. I'm not very good with change. I'm the kind of person who eats at the same restaurant. I have had the same stylist, makeup artist, and stuff for like 10 plus years. I do not I get comfortable in a place. When I came, so Roman Ridge is a good school. To me, I didn't care. It was not Akosombo. So, and I didn't understand the people. Because again, Akosombo too had, I don't know, I came to adapt. So I begged my dad, you know, and my father said, I'll take you to Saito. Do you know Roman Ridge School? Please, the Roman Ridge people, we are so, because now here they pay dollars. So I'm privileged I went there.
Yeah.
And then my dad took me back to AIS boarding school because I just needed to be back there. And then from there I went to St. Louis.
Okay. You'll be moving around.
I've moved 22 times in my life.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Probably 23 now. I don't know.
20. What's that like?
Good question, because my brothers and I were talking, and we were like, we do have some trauma, right? We need to get over it. Because my dad was a reverend. He's superannuated now. So we're moving around.
Break down that big word for me.
So my dad, very Reverend Dr. Matthias Forson.
Yes.
So in the Methodist Church, it's kind of like retirement.
Okay.
Yeah. So
like a Reverend Emeritus or something.
Yes. So by the time he was in service, we were moving around.
20 counts. Let's go through some of the places. Where have you been?
Okay. I mean, for as early as I can remember, when I was a kid before we went to America, when I was in Mankesim, and then from Mankesim, you know, we moved to, okay, so there was this place we were living in Mankesim, and then we moved to another place, so that's 2 places. And then from there, Kaneshi, from Kaneshi, Tema, from Tema, America. So America was
Kentucky.
No, there was another place before we moved to Tekente Minor. From Tekente Minor, we moved to Asbury Heights. From Asbury Heights, we moved to Akosombo. In Akosombo, we moved to Namibia. Okay, I'm to Namibia. And Namibia, we moved to...
Namibia where?
Namibia and Akosombo.
Okay.
Because
Just
Namibia and
checking.
Akosombo.
Just checking.
And then from Namibia, we moved to White House.
In Akosombo.
In Akosombo, yeah. And then from White House, we moved to Jowulu. From Jowulu, we moved to Takoradi. From Takoradi, we moved back to Accra. And Beria. From Beria, we moved to Waja. And then I began my personal moving.
You made all these moves by the time you were what? Like in your...
Before 20. So every 2 years, I knew that I was going to move. So I'm the queen of moving. Like if you give me today, I will pack everything and I'll move.
How has that affected your psyche?
You know, again, you don't realize how these things affect you until you're much older, because like when I tell people I can move in a day, I'll have the TV mounted, everything, DSTV, air condition fixed, everything. But you get used to moving. Like you stay in a place for a while, and then the longest I'd ever stayed in anywhere was 5 years. Right? That was like a huge, you know.
And you had pets everywhere?
Yeah, we take them.
Oh, you carry them with you?
Yeah.
So that the pets were also moving?
Of course, you know, you have to take the pets. Razor, my cat, when we moved to my other place.
It was called what?
Razor.
Razor?
Yes.
Like...
Yes, black. It was a black cat.
Why do you call it Razor?
I don't know. I found him. It rained, and then the rain beat him, and he was in front of my house. So I decided to be his mother.
Foster mother for Razor?
Foster mother for Razor. Razor, when Razor had enough of, when we moved to a new place and he had enough of me, he ran off.
Yeah, cats are independent like that.
Very independent. That's why I don't like them. I mean, I'll care for them, but I need someone to depend on me.
Yeah, maybe so. Lots of moves.
Yeah, lots of moves. Lots of moves.
Wow.
Yeah. So you don't realize just how... so you also don't form attachments to things, because you know that, you know, you could easily move. So I've had friends from all over, you know.
But on the other side, you just said that you're a lawyer. I mean, you stick to your same stylist no matter what.
So, I don't know. It's just it's a
paradox,
complicated, but I think you also desire that, and that's why you stick to the same friends. You know, I'm loyal to my friends because I think that was stability.
Yeah, that kind of roots you.
Yes,
yeah.
that was stability for me. Yeah.
When you were a little girl, what did you want to be?
Oh, I wanted to be famous and rich.
That's all.
It's very easy.
Forget about the profession.
You know, I tried the whole lawyer doctor thing in my head. I knew I was lying.
What did your dad want you to be?
You know what? I remember my father saying one day that none of my children went to do science. I said, but did you do science?
Good question.
No, my mother and father, they've tried though, because the kinds of things I've said, and I tell them that they made us, because we were very, like if you have a problem, I would write a letter to my dad.
Oh, wow.
One time I wrote him a long letter. You don't have time for me, blah, 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 blah.
You lay your arguments down
I
like
lay
that?
my arguments, or we would have family meetings where everybody would lay their arguments and everything. So I would have to justify whatever position that I was taking. You see what these parents have done?
Yeah.
You know, so
the Yankee today inside small.
Charlie, they're Yankee small, but no, I mean, I always say my mother, for instance, I always tell her that you're a feminist. I don't know what feminist. I said, no. Probably not understand the word, because for me, what I believe in is the word feminism is really a modern term. Is an English term we've given to something that already exists. But I tell her that growing up in our house, the boys used to clean up, do dishes, learn how to cook. You know, so even not just the Yankee, my parents were always very progressive in their own way. They're traditional too. I always have this banter with my dad because he's very traditional. But somehow for us, the children too, he was very liberal. I think sometimes parents try to raise us in the way that they aspire. You know, I don't know. But there was a lot of we're liberal. So we would sit down in family meetings and I would argue my points.
Nice. Did you win?
I will always win. Always. Because I don't start unless I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't start for me, I'm a sore loser.
So you marshal your arguments before you go
So
inside.
I don't go into a fight until I'm going to win. So online, sometimes I will just not. I'm like, this one, I won't win. But if I start, I have to win.
Let's transpose this thinking to the Iran-Israel Iran v Israel USA. Did they have the arguments before they went inside?
Who, my parents?
No, the war that's going on in the Middle East.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you said something about you have to have your arguments. You have to be.
No, I don't think they thought too far.
They did it there.
Because me, I like when I stood for entertainment prefect, I was so sure I was going to win. That when they came to ask us questions. You know, when you're reading your manifesto, people come and ask you questions. One of my seniors came to ask, and you did this. And I said, I stand by my decision. And even if I don't win, I'll be assistant.
End of story.
So I will not start.
So you must know the outcome before you go.
I will always know the outcome. I'm not a very good loser.
You should be a military advisor.
Well, I do have my consulting side. That's my day job.
If you so. What does feminism mean to Lydia Forson?
Do you know what's funny? Do you know, I've never called myself a feminist.
Neither have I. I've never called you a feminist.
Wow.
But I just want to know what it means to you.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, there's nothing you're asking. You know what's interesting? I asked myself that question last night. I have a feeling, I was like, this guy's going to ask me that.
You were preparing for this conversation?
No, I prepare for every conversation.
Good.
Jifa Government caught me sitting, Honorable Jifa Government caught me in 2011 or 12. I was sitting in her car and I was recording myself. I was recording my Oscar speech.
Thank you.
And she said, what are you doing? So I like to prepare so that when I win, I know what I'm going to say.
I want to thank Oreo. I want to thank...
No, my speech is very simple.
It has to be ready. What will you say if your Oscar comes?
Semikai.
I like that speech.
I just want to say, I told you.
No, you should say it in the tree and for the people to ask you.
No, so the people at home will say, Semikai. Yata. Semikai. I want to thank my haters.
And then you'll be nodding like that.
I told you. So
may it come to pass.
It will. There's nothing I want in this life that is impossible. But I'm going to get there and I'll say, Samikai. And they'll be, and now who do you think you are? I am me. I am she. I am her. Just sometimes you just want to piss people off because it gets them frustrated.
Yes, you can go ahead and do your own stuff.
You know, they're like, who do you think you are? I am me.
End of story.
What you gonna do about it?
Me so.
So feminism. Many years ago, I wrote an article about being an equalist. Very.
Okay. Equalist.
Equalist. You know, I think I had struggled with the word for so long because activism is not something I aspired to be. I never thought that activism would be part of my story. No, I aspired to be an actress, famous, rich. There were so many things I aspired to be, not activist. And I think anybody who aspires to be an activist is really just performative.
Yeah.
And so you find yourself in this space and then people are calling you, oh, she's a feminist. I'm
like an insult, right?
No, I'm not. Because, you know, again, you had grown up on this idea of feminism. You know, you hate men, you hate this, you do it. So then for a very long time, I was like trying to run away from the word.
Do you hate men?
Have you seen me with men? Do I hate you?
Lydia.
But you know, so when I had my blog and it was very active,
Yes.
I remember writing an article about being an equalist, and I was like, what kind of nonsense am I writing? Because I mean, you're running away from this word, and you know, anybody, hey, if you're a feminist, you won't marry, you won't, because I was still falling for the stereotypes of what feminism, meant. So for a very long time, I never, even till date, I would promote feminism ideology, I would add my voices to feminist marches and all of that, but I struggled with the word, if I'm being very honest. And I'd also seen what people had done with the word. I had to go through a process, and I remember talking to, I don't think she remembers this, Esther Ama.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing woman. And I called Esther. We're just talking. She's like, oh, me, I'm not a feminist too. I was like, oh my God, don't let them hear you say that. And she was like, no, I mean, she's an Ashanti woman. And I cannot say her story. But it just took me on a journey, and I came to understand why, for a very long time, beyond the stereotype, right, I did not align with it because I'm a proud Black Fanti woman. Oppression was never in my dictionary or DNA.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why I'm fearless, because have you seen my mom, my grandmother? My grandmothers were uneducated but strong and traders, and it was just not culturally in my DNA. I had to go through Western feminism ideology, because I was not learned like that. It was so complex. But then when I came, after all the study and everything, I was like, what is feminism? And I was like, it doesn't even matter. Like, anytime people ask me, I'm a feminist, I always ask, what does it mean to you? Mm-hmm. And I realized it doesn't matter. What matters is, do you stand by the ideologies? The reality is, on the face of it, we should all be feminists. On the face of it. If we are going by ideology, on the face of it, we should all treat each other. We don't need a word. Mm-hmm. We don't need a title to treat each other with equality and respect, regardless of religion, ethnicity, So you don't need a title, but the reality of the world is these titles have become important to be able to identify where people stand. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter what negativity people use the word for. It doesn't change what it is.
True.
So I stopped running away from it.
You embrace it now?
I embrace it, but I don't care too much.
Yeah.
I always tell people I'm not a feminist scholar. If you ask me to mention top 5 feminist ideology books, I can't. All I know is what I am. And I stand for equality of all people. I will defend your right as a Christian to hold your values the same way I will defend an atheist right. On the face of it, common sense should prevail. But these titles have become necessary because in our world, common sense doesn't.
It's not too common.
It's not too common. Mm-hmm. And so there will people who misconstrue. There are people who say, you're a misandrist. All of those titles does not matter. Who are you as a human being? Do you care about your neighbor? Would you offer water to your neighbor if they are thirsty? If you see someone going through hardship, will you step up for them? All of these words only exist because common sense does not prevail in our world. That's just it. So yeah, if feminist is what you call me to identify, go right at it. I don't care anymore. I don't run from these tags. All I know is who I am at its core and what I stand for. And if that's what it aligns with, I don't care. I no longer run from these things anymore. I don't.
Most people know you as a screen goddess, actress.
Oh my goddess. Say it again. Say it again.
Screen goddess.
Goddess.
So, what was your first break like into acting?
Oh, my first break. Mm-hmm. First movie I did was called Run Baby Run.
But before that, you were doing stuff in school. Were you acting in school?
No. They didn't cast me.
Oh, yeah. You remember? I remember the story. How come they cast you for Run Baby Run?
Okay, so
Revel, huh?
Revel Films. Mm-hmm. I've always had an interesting story of how I enter any space. Revel, they were doing a show called Hotel St. James. I don't know if you remember.
I do
Hotel
remember.
Yeah, you're a G.
Ibiza.
Way back when. And then I just gone for an audition. In fact, I'm going to actually use this platform to say this. There's this actress called Portia.
Okay.
Portia Wati. She doesn't know this. But my friend was on one of their shows, and I told her, Charlie, if there's an audition, let me know. And I'd hang out with John Appiah for a bit, and I said, if there's anything, give me a call. So one day, and I don't know if this is the whole story, but that's what I was told, that, Portia Boateng was supposed to come, but conflict, so they need someone to come in. So I was in the market in Kaneshi with my mom, and they called me to come audition, and it was in Tree. Hey, how do I audition in Tree? I go home.
You left your mom?
No, we go home.
Okay.
They send the script, and no, they asked me to come for the script. So we went to get the script, because that time, even though internet existed, everything was very.
Was the script in Tree?
It was in English, but I had to translate into
Tree.
Tree.
Okay.
So then they tell me, go and learn the lines, come back the next day. So my mom is helping me translate to Tree and everything.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, my parents
Yeah.
have always been supportive. So I come and do the audition, and Emmanuel Appiah says nothing after my audition. So I'm like, okay, did I get it? Like, what's going on? I go out and you're like, yeah, okay, you can come and do the role. But me, if you make a mistake and open a door for me, I'll open it wide.
One time.
So I go in there.
That was your first word.
That was
Open the door.
open.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Open the door.
So I go in. Supposed to be one scene, and I went to even negotiate my fee.
Hey.
I went to
Day one.
negotiated. I think it was 60 CDs or something, and I even added that day I needed 15 CDs because they wanted me to, because I could swim, and they wanted it to be a swimming scene. So I was going to swim from one side to the other, and I'm and I'm going to wear swimming costume. I was in my head.
But you could swim.
I could swim.
Good.
I jumped in, and then my hair got wet, and I'm going to tell the director, oh, my hair is wet too. So after, they have to give me some money to go and fix my hair.
Nice.
I was negotiating.
Did they give it to you?
Oh, they gave me.
Oh, nice.
It was a wonder. He was a good. Emmanuel Appiah knows how to take care of his. So after that, he's like, you know what? I'm going to write you into a few more scenes. And the person I acted with was my friend, so he made it easier. So he wrote me into a few more scenes, and I became a regular on the show.
Run, Baby, Run.
No, that was Hotel St. James.
Hotel St. James.
So when they were going to do the movie, then, I went to audition for
Run, Baby, Run.
Run, Baby, Run, and they gave me the role.
So the Tree role was in Hotel St. James.
Hotel St. James. It was a wonderful, I loved the show.
Okay.
We used to go and camp in Kumasi and film it. Then, Run Baby Run. Although they cut some of my scenes and I died in the film, Charlie, you're watching it. Charlie, my party come. Oh, all of it didn't come.
They'll just mention that
okay.
she died, and that's gone.
And that was the same story that happened with how I started working with Sparrow. I was cast for a cameo.
That's like a cameo is just.
Oh, so a cameo is, sorry, I'm talking to you, like a cameo is, it's like Waka Pass.
Yes, you come one scene.
About one scene.
Okay.
But I'm like, Charlie, this is my moment. So the one scene, I will act my head off.
Open the door.
See, me, if I'm dying in a film, I won't just die. I'll do.
You die well.
Because you want screen time.
Yeah, so stretch the.
You go stretch the
moment.
death.
Not just you're gone. No.
Listen, if you're an upcoming actor, say what if they tell you to eat in a scene, the way you eat,
take your time. So
you go watch film, you see the wake up. I would die.
The camera will be on you for a long time.
Dramatic.
It be so.
And then after Shirley called me and she said to me, I like you. I'm going to write a few more scenes for you. I was like, yes.
It happened.
So I never was the person who would get the audition immediately.
But did you do a lot of auditions?
I did. But I hardly would get auditions. I was always the person they would call to replace someone. I was always the person who would call, hey, Charlie. I was never the first pick for many years. I was never the first pick. I was always, Charlie, this person can't do it. Who can? Okay, call this person. Call me a day.
So that's the for me, I think it's the importance of being ready.
Oh, I was
grabbing an opportunity.
I was always ready.
You don't always have to be the first pick.
You don't have to, and I was okay for many years. I was okay with being second. You have to be okay with being second because that's how you become first.
Yep.
I would tell everybody, Charlie, just give me. So you give me a small scene. You yourself, by the time you've watched the movie, you remember the lead. Because I will overdo that one. I will come on set on time. I will learn my lines. I will go and talk to the director. I'll be like, so this character, I'm thinking, because directors like that.
Yes.
You know, so a lot of upcoming actors always focus on becoming stars. And that's where their problem is. They always say, that, oh, you are using the same old faces. No, there are new faces every day. To become a star is one thing. But the only way to become a star is being good at what you do.
Exactly.
So you show up on time. You learn your lines. You add character to the character. So if they are telling you that you are, I did a series called Dey.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I was so busy. So when Shirley said, this is not the lead role, it's just something small, I was like, okay, cool. But people remember my character, Lovia. Why? Because that small role, you have to act like your entire life depends on it. People don't always remember the lead actor. So I built my career on being the supporting actor for many years.
It's a good hack.
It was Charlie. So the lead is doing their thing. Me,
you do your thing well.
The way I would die.
You said you go trust.
You say, Charlie, make a watch. Then when you die, then you open your eyes more.
And then go again. Talk to me about being underestimated.
Oh, I love being underestimated. You always stoop to conquer. I love, you see, when people underestimate you, they don't see you coming. Their moves, sometimes I sit back and I see certain things happening and I know that I set it in motion and they don't know. Because when people see you coming, they are prepared for you.
Mm-hmm.
When people don't see you coming, you take them by surprise. So I have no problem with people underestimate. I used to, but now I don't. Because I know the power in me. I know what I'm building. I know there are things I set in motion that you have no idea about until it happens. People have a problem with people are obsessed with being main character all the time.
You don't have to be the main character all the time.
You don't have to be the main character to be remembered. And that's the story of my life. Sometimes I see people making huge moves on the internet and they are doing this and they are doing that and and it's easy to go like, hey, Charlie.
Me too when?
Me too when, but what you are building is steady. It's like Kinky Matters is going to be 10 years next year. Mm-hmm. For many years, people didn't even know we existed.
And now people are saying, oh, well, I like your new stuff.
Oh,
right?
I know, yeah. Oh, Kinky Matters, yeah. But we spent the period building. There were other brands that we started before, and we wake up and they are in shops. And we are like, hey, Charlie. But there's nothing wrong with being the underdog. There's everything beautiful about it. And more people need to learn how to be that. Because I love taking people by surprise. I love it. That's my favorite thing.
Rejection. How do you deal with rejection?
Oh, I don't like rejection. So I try not to put myself in a position. That's why I say I'm a sore loser.
That's it. So
Me, I own myself. But for film too, rejection is part of it.
Which one hurt the deepest?
I auditioned for Woman King.
Okay.
Woman
King, that was in the cinemas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I auditioned for Woman King. I auditioned for a few projects that were big, and I didn't get the part. And you're like, Charlie, this was supposed to be it. But Woman King hurt me because I love Viola Davis. I love Black stories.
Yes.
And I thought it was an opportunity to be part of, my dream One of the first major interviews I did, and that's when people started insulting me. I did an interview with Amaya Debra, and he had asked me something about Hollywood. I'm like, what if Hollywood comes to me? It was, who do you think you are? The Hollywood will come to you. But I like the idea of black stories being told on our continent. Yeah. And so I thought it was a great opportunity. And so when I didn't get it, it paid me small. But
did you go and watch the film when it came out?
Oh, I watched. And then when I was watching, I heard the line that I auditioned for. Yes. I was like, Charlie, this was not mine. The actor was fantastic. This was not going to be, you know.
You raise your hand when you say,
I was like, Charlie, no, you have to respect,
of course, the craft.
You know, the craft. You know, it doesn't, when you're rejected in film, it doesn't mean you're not good enough. Sometimes you're just not what you're looking for in that moment. So it paid me, but I think they made the best decision. Yeah.
Talk to me about Scorned.
Oh, God. You know when I filmed Scorn?
No.
It was the same time I was going through what I was going through in university, with my family and all of that. So Scorn there, I used to be hungry on set. I was broke.
What kind of hunger? Describe the hunger. What?
Let me tell you the hunger.
Yeah.
I was so hungry that set was the only place I would eat. Shirley didn't know. Nobody knew. I didn't even have enough. I didn't have money for transportation. So there was a sound guy, Sefa, and I told him this about maybe just 4 years ago, that Sefa, if it wasn't for you, like I won't even make it on set. God has a way of just providing for me in so many different ways because I didn't have money.
Why couldn't you have asked somebody to help you?
Charlie, all the people who are asked, they had conditions. Jiggy, heavy, baby, do you want to be? And also pride, you know, when there are things you go through in your life that you're too embarrassed to share. And so you don't know how to ask. That's why I'm the kind of person with my friends or people I care about. When I recognize the struggle, I don't want you to ask. I know what it's like.
Yeah.
Like, for people who work with me, when I tell them, like I took my assistant one time to where I used to live, she was shocked. And I told her, I know, when I fight for people and these things, I know. Where was
the place you used to live?
Charlie, my squad, they know. They know. I used to live somewhere in Abelempe. Charlie, nipa break. The hunger wire me for that place. And at that time, I didn't have money. But I had this great opportunity to be part of this film. And in beginning of the year, because I think we filmed Scorn, either it came out in August or we filmed in August. But I prayed to God and I said, God, I need a film that is going to be so big. It's either going to start my career or tell me that I don't need to be here. And then, you know, I just met Shirley at Golden Tulip. I told Shirley, Charlie, if there's anything, call me. And don't be afraid to ask. I said, me, if anything, just call me, I'll come. Yeah. So Shirley calls me randomly again to replace someone.
The story of your life.
The story of my life. And she tells me, oh, read the script. Tell me what you think. You can take it one. I said, oh, no. I'll read it.
One time. You may change your mind.
I read it in like 30 minutes. I'm telling you, she'll tell you the truth. I read it in 30 minutes.
Straight up.
And then the character's name was Lydia Forson, and I loved this. What if I play this character? But anyway, any small thing, I'll take.
Let's kill it.
So when I finished, Shirley says, which character do you like? I said, with Lydia Thompson.
Of course.
Okay, take this scene, come back tomorrow, do the monologue. And I came back.
What was the preparation when you took the scene and went home?
When I came back, I failed, to be honest. Because I was so eager. I had never done a long monologue. So I read it and I'm like, Charlie. Okay. I went to do chew and pour. So when I came, Charlie, I forgot.
If you drop one line or you're done.
I was seeing stars. All I was seeing was my opportunity leaving. And Shirley said, I don't think you want this. No, I'm not impressed. I'm not.
That's exactly how Shirley thought.
You know?
I could dismiss you some way like that.
Charlie! She said, I hope she watches it.
She will watch.
She said,
I'm not impressed.
I'm not impressed. I mean, I don't think, and I said, I beg you, give me one more chance.
Oh, you asked her for a second chance?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Hey, me, I'm not ashamed, though. I'm very humble when it comes to my dreams. And she gave me another chance. And Charlie, I came and I killed it. I gave it my all. Like, I internalized the character. And she said, she wouldn't even say that.
No. The level is still there.
It was good. It was good. It was good. Okay. Shirley, I'm a nipa bro.
And you got the role?
I got the role.
Nice.
I got the role. But Charlie,
Where did you shoot?
we filmed in Cantonment.
Okay.
And at that time, I was pretty homeless. I was homeless with my mom. We were perching in different places.
Oh.
So now,
What happened?
I don't think we are ready for that story today. But come out of university, I told you that whole period, broke, homeless, perching with different people. And how do I tell Shirley that I don't have enough money to even come on set?
Yeah.
So I remember I had 10 CDs. What I used to do every morning was we would buy Kinky in the morning. We would eat it in the morning. I'll go on set. And then they'll give us papaya. You know, papaya is big.
Yeah. Lot of food.
So then I'll keep it.
Plenty rice.
Yeah. Then
They
try.
save lives.
Oh, they save lives.
Shout out to
This one is
papaya.
only people I'll give free promo to. Then save
They
lives.
save lives.
So that I'll save it. So that when I would come home, I'll share it with my
Your
mom. So Sefa was a sound guy. And again, nobody knew I was going through it. He just happened to live around. So I just, I would ask. I'm not good at asking for money, but I would ask for a lift or whatnot. And then he's like, yeah, sure, I'll give you a lift. So he would always give me a lift. But the problem is, you can finish set, your scene. Other people see.
You don't finish.
So Charlie, I have to wait.
For wait.
I go wait.
Wait for your ride.
I go wait for the lift.
Yeah,
Oh. And coincidentally, every time I was on set, he was on set.
Nice.
So he was always giving me, so I'll collect the food, I'll come. People didn't understand, Charlie, if you don't chop your food, you can give to me. Or nobody knew I was going through, this. And I did that for the and then I was writing. So that was the time I had gone back to resit. So I was writing my final year exam.
Yes. In your 5th year of school.
Charlie. And I should have said that I'm writing exam, but I wanted both. So I would come back, I would learn my lines, and sometimes I will finish set like 12 a.m. and then I'll have a 7 a.m. paper. And somehow it worked. So I'll write my exam, I'll go on set, I'll come, take care of my mom.
Full day.
Full day. Full
No
day.
time for anything else.
No time. For, I think, maybe 10 years of my life, for like 10 years of my life, I had no time for anything else but work. I knew my struggle. I knew where I was coming from, and I just knew that all I had to do was just work. And it was just me, nobody else. So work. And then, Scorn premiered. Premiered day itself, Charlie. I had a good friend who decided to give me a lift because I did not even know how I was going to get.
Where did they premiere it?
National Theatre. I did not know how I was going to get to National
From
Theatre.
Abelempe.
That time I was not in Abelempe.
You moved again.
Abelempe was when things were good. That time I was in I told you I was patching in different places.
Yeah.
So, no, in fact, by the time
The premiere came.
the premiere had moved to Abelempe.
Okay. Did mama come to the premiere?
Yes,
Oh, nice.
my friend gave us a lift. We got there, and I remember when the movie was over, people were clapping. My friend Uti from Big Brother had come into town, and I was like, who are they clapping for? He's like, it's you. I was like, me. He's like, oh yeah, get up. Go up there and smile. So I was confused because again, I was like, what am I wearing? I don't have money for clothes. I don't, and it was just such a beautiful, moment. And I remember just looking down at my mom, and she was like, she was just smiling. I was like, we are almost there. But after that, still the brokey there, Charlie.
Scorn didn't change your life?
Yeah.
Poverty is terrible, man.
No, Scorn changed my life.
In what way? What did it do for you? What doors opened for you? It's gone.
I think Scorned is a movie people still talk about. It's, who is this girl that just came from nowhere and just, it was at the point where our industry was also changing. We had the Jackies, we had the Nadias, all of these, but we came with a different thing. After Scorned is when we did Perfect Picture. Perfect Picture was the first Ghanaian movie to be premiered in the Silver Bear Cinema.
How was that?
It was to be part of history like that. From there, they took us to Nigeria to be part of, premiere in Nigeria first ever. A lot of young people don't know this. To be part of history like that, it was not just about the money. My brother told me that your first 5 movies, you will make money. And I thought, okay, should I get a regular job? My brother said, stick it out. Your first 5 movies, you're not gonna make a lot of money.
How did he know that?
I think my brother also understood show business. He loves music. He plays the piano and sings. Or I don't know, maybe you can ask him, but he was right. But he said, but they are the most important films of your life. Because that foundation is what people use to judge everything else you do.
What were your first 5? Scorned, Perfect Picture?
Scorned, Perfect Picture, A Sting in a Tail.
All Shirley films?
All Shirley films. Run Baby Run,
Yes,
Scorned,
Perfect Picture.
Perfect Picture, A Sting in a Tail. And then I did, in Nigeria, Phone Swap. And those were powerful films. Phone Swap, after all these years, they put it on YouTube, and it was on Netflix, and people were still tagging me because they were such good films. And truly, that was the foundation of the kind of films I would get after. Yeah.
Did they lead to the AMAA Awards, AMA recognition?
Yes, my first Scorn, I got my first nomination for the African Movie Academy Awards. And I didn't have money to go. I think they were flying us, but something happened with tickets, so I had to find a way to get my tickets. And I think someone helped me with the tickets. But then I got there, I was stuck at the airport.
In Nigeria, right?
In Nigeria for like 8 hours. I didn't have phone. I don't want to go into that story, but by the time I got to the cinema, I got to the venue, they had mentioned, and the best upcoming actor is, and then it was not me.
For all the hustle.
Charlie, I was like, no, for a period in my life, I was telling God, like, I don't get this story. Why are you trying to put me through this? Like, it's not fair.
Up all the hustle.
I didn't even have good shudder.
Charlie.
Yeah.
The rough times were really rough.
Oh, no, they were rough. They were really rough.
Was there a lot of crying?
A lot of, no, actually not. Because you suppress a lot when you're hustling, you're trying to make money.
Do you think about those times now and cry?
No, I don't. I think for a very long time I was asking God why. It was more like you felt like you're in this box where you can't get out. Like every time you're trying to get out,
then it goes again.
The
door shuts.
So you're dealing with all of these things personally, and then people don't know you, and they make these judgments about you, but they don't know, like, you don't know, I'm fighting for my life here. You know, what you are coming at me with, you don't know the battles I'm fighting.
It's too small.
Like,
it's
too small. But I'm always grateful for that. I think that a lot of my empathy comes from that. I like to believe that I'm an empathetic boss. I'm fair. I treat people with kindness for the most part. I'm very principled. I'm not mean. I try not to be. So I think all of these, it's important to I don't wish it on anybody. And if you ask me to go back, I will never.
No.
Never.
Run away from it.
But for the greatness that I aspire to be, it gives me a rare view into a life many people will never understand. So many people in high positions have never been through this. So when I speak from a place, it is not for attention. I know what I'm talking about. When I talk about a country getting better, when I talk about, if we lived in a certain type of country, I shouldn't have gone through the things that I went through. So I know what I'm talking about. I speak with a lot of authority on these things. So I don't regret it, but I would never go back. No.
Are things getting better?
You always have to look at the glass half full. Look at show business. You know, when we started, I remember the first time I put numbers to my social media page. I had like 70,000 followers. And I woke up one day and I said that if I post you on my page, you pay this. And everybody started laughing at me that, oh, she's broke. That's why. When I started monetizing social media, it was not common. People didn't even understand. When I was getting deals from Flat Tummy Tea for $300 a post, it was not common. People were literally laughing at me in the comments because I am selling stuff. But now look at what influencing has become.
That's it.
So it's getting better.
Yeah.
Do we still have a long way to go? Yes. But now you see all these young people who are content creators and they make money on social media.
That's their work.
So we are getting there, but we still have you have to just continue to speak up. And so the people who are enjoying what we fought for, is their job to also fight for others.
That's it.
Yeah.
When did you get into writing and producing?
You know, I've always been a writer.
Yes.
I wrote my first book when I was in class 1, believe it or not.
Title?
I don't remember. I still have it.
Class 1 book?
Class 1 book, I think was like 20 pages.
What's the story about?
You know, I only have it because my class 1 teacher like gave it to my mom that one day when I write my book, remember where she wrote it from. I was always writing.
Was this in America?
Yes, in America.
Yes.
You know how, some societies hone skills.
Yes, from that early.
I did not know that I was going to be a writer,
Yes.
but very early on, Miss Zyla told my mother that she can write. So I wrote this book. It's still there. And
Nice.
I always loved writing. Writing for me was my ability to escape into a world that I created, where I had control over the outcomes. So I always just loved writing. And the first film I wrote first comedy I wrote was when I was going through, when you're going through hard periods.
That's
right?
that's the comedy, good comedy.
That's
yeah?
where good comedy.
Comes from hard times.
Because you want to escapism.
Yes.
You want to escape. And, I started just writing, films.
So your first one was a comedy?
Yeah, it was a comedy.
Okay.
It was a comedy.
Can you remember the title?
Oh, yeah. A Letter from Adam.
Okay.
Nominated for a couple of Pan-African film festivals, AMVCA, it did pretty well.
Is comedy writing hard?
Not for me. Because I love to laugh, I love to create scenarios that are silly. But I write the best comedy when I'm going through
a lot of stuff.
See, me when I'm happy, nobody will see me. You wait. When my money comes on Beyonce's internet, or no, on Lydia Forson's internet,
We don't go see you.
When I'm happy, I don't have time. I'll let someone be posting.
That's all. You go be enjoying
Yeah,
for some
but
place.
the best writing always comes from whatever you're feeling. It's what you aspire. You write love when you aspire for love.
Yes.
You write, so it's a great way to escape. Yeah.
Have people tried to force you to lower your standards?
Oh yeah. To shrink myself. And like I said earlier on, at some points they almost succeeded because you're too much. Why are you demanding for this? When people invite me to events and I expect to get paid, why? I said, this is my job.
Of course.
I'm a brand. Why do you want me to show? You're not inviting Lydia, your friend. You're inviting Lydia, the brand.
Personality, yeah. The
You
brand.
want me to do makeup, put on an outfit, drive my car, and show up because what? I have nothing to do with my life. No. So yes, people try to make you small, to lower your standards, to tell you that your dreams are too big. I remember making a joke recent. I feel like I'm having deja vu because I had this conversation with myself where I made a joke to a friend that, you know what? I could be president of this country.
Yeah.
And then he said, oh, but you don't have the infrastructure. And I said, then you don't know me. Because if I want anything, I can get it. In fact, the biggest mistake you can make with me is tell me
You can't do it.
you can't do it. Okay, now I have to prove to you.
Yes.
Just for shaggy reasons
One
that
time.
I can. So people have, and again, I'm grateful to God for my growth because now I see who I am. I see the magnitude of who I am, and I'm no longer ashamed or afraid of it. I'm different. I'm unique. You can call yourself unique. It's fine. But me, I'm saying that I'm unique and I'm a lot. When I come into a room, everybody sees me. It's not something I can help. So you cannot, my brother always says they will try to dig and bury you, but you will germinate.
That's all. It be so.
So you can only try.
Let's do a thought experiment. Imagine that today is day one of Lydia Forson presidency. What is the big decision, the first big decision you would take?
Oh, wow.
President Forson?
Oh, it has a ring to it, doesn't
President
it?
Forson. Day one.
And I'll be a baddie president.
One time.
You know, listen, I can do everything. You know, we'll twerk in a club a little bit and we'll give a speech at the UN, multitasking.
If you
You
so.
know, you want to show people that you can do everything.
First big decision.
First big decision. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in one day, but it'll be a process. Teach identity. You know, I think that when it comes to this country, a lot of where we are is because we don't know who we are. When you don't know who you are, where you are coming from, you don't know where you are going. A lot of our history is taught from the point of colonization and not before. A lot of our history is not taught from our ancestors being voyagers and scientists.
Yeah.
When you hear people make arguments like we didn't know how to read and write before colonial, I said,
Jokers,
oh
right.
my God. We were reading, we were writing, just not in their language.
Big time.
So when, like, everything starts from the mindset. So if I were to do anything as president, you know, really force an identity, you know, shift.
Okay.
And then, you know, and me, if I'm president and you do anything bad, I don't think I want to put you in jail. What I want to do is, remember what?
You went weed.
Yes.
Are you not reinforcing the stereotype that agriculture is for punishment?
No.
No?
It's not for punishment.
Okay.
Agriculture is not for punishment, but it needs labor. So when you actually appreciate what it takes to farm, to grow, to care for a plant. You see, if you're a plant lover, you understand that caring for plants is not easy. It's a whole process. So if we put you in that field, you will respect. You respect the process of life.
Quick education.
Quick education, papa.
So first decision, identity.
Identity, I think, is so important. A lot of our leaders go into negotiation rooms with their hands on their back.
Yeah.
They don't think that it's possible. You know, when the entire continent has been told over and over again that it's not possible, you start to believe it. We have so many resources. And I know it's easier said than done, but really, we have so many resources. My first film, I told you, I negotiated as an upcoming actor.
One time.
Because I knew what I was bringing to the table. When you go anywhere, and because I know who I am. But when you have a ruling class that really aspire for Western idea of success,
Yeah.
we are not going to get anywhere. Like even I was watching a lady talk about architectural building. I have a big problem with architecture in Ghana because our buildings are not necessarily suited for our climate.
Too hot, man.
Too hot.
Too hot.
And that's why buildings are expensive.
Oh, the concrete, man.
Cutting down trees
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Africa is possible when Africa starts being Africa. And it really goes back to our original blueprint and not the blueprint of Africa. That'll be a fantastic president.
I think so. President, you guys got a nice ring, man.
President Forson.
Madam President.
I mean, I just want to get out of that car, you know.
They go salute
God
you.
bless our homeland, Ghana.
One time.
With a baddie.
If you so, couple of rapid fire questions before we sign out.
Hey, you are not lying. Oh.
No,
I feel like I've been talking for my whole life. Is it almost 7?
We're almost done. The relationship between you and your body, how has it changed over the years?
Oh, I've grown to love me more. I love my tiny folds, you know. I love sometimes a little bit of my stretch marks. I like, because it's raw. You see, I am not aspiring to look 20 when I'm 41.
You don't do that +1 thing. I'm +1 this year.
Charlie, I'm 41. This year I'm going to be 42. Who are you
When is the
lying?
birthday? We'll bring the cake.
24th October.
One time.
Me, I like,
What kind of cake?
I like a red velvet cake.
Red velvet. 24th October.
24th October. 42.
Ibisu.
You can't run from it. Me, I'm about embracing it. Why are you running? It will catch up. And I'm in my early 40s.
Yes. I'm
You are
+1.
42.
I'm +1.
Where are you going? And you don't look your age. I am my age. Like, I'm not 20. And I don't even see, when I was in my 20s, I was broke. Oh, why do I want to go back to that? You need to just embrace, because if you don't embrace whatever age you are, you can't appreciate.
Yes.
You know, now the gray hair is coming small in interesting places.
We know the Siamo.
It's
Interesting places. Okay. We rest our case.
But you have to embrace wherever you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Has public visibility made private life difficult or harder?
I've always lived a very public-private life. I'm very good at keeping my life private, and I'm blessed to be able to do that. I think the only thing hard about it is the people you encounter. There's a way people see you. There are presumptions people make about you before they meet you, and that's the only difficult part. But for the most part, my friends are my friends, my family is my family. I still buy wache by the roadside or kinky. But it's the assumptions people make about your life that's a bit difficult.
Where's the best watcher in town?
Oh, plenty.
Give us your go-to areas.
Now, the watches, they've been bougie-fying the watches.
I don't really understand it.
What's that?
I don't understand it. Just keep it simple.
Oh, but I'll give shout-outs to my good friend, Reggie Roxon, because he makes good watching. I like the shito.
I agree.
I don't care. Don't change the shito for anybody, because shito needs coconut oil.
It does, eh?
Yes.
What have the other people been using?
They use normal cook. It gives, you see, it's like, gosh, it gives it
Aroma.
Yeah.
Or steez.
Steez and aroma. It's like they eat the wachi.
How about kinky? Where's the kinky place?
Oh, I have to give, personal bias shout out to Chocho's Kinky. She's a little girl that I've mentored, and she started her own business and she's doing very well. So Chocho's Kinky.
Chocho's Kinky, where's she doing?
She's in Hacho,
okay.
But they're also online.
All right, shout outs to her.
Shout out.
Promote Ghanaian business.
Listen.
Movies or books?
Oof. As I've grown older, it's hard to read as much, but I can't pick. Books have their own. There's something about flipping the pages and creating the idea in your head.
Don't you like audio books?
I've not gotten into it.
Plenty
on YouTube. Because I'll fall asleep.
They're on YouTube, plenty.
I fall asleep.
Or while I'm driving or I'm walking, then I listen to them.
I fall asleep. My mind.
When you're driving?
I imagine. Like, do you know the kind of mind? I'll be imagining before I'm right, I'll go and bump into someone. So I've not got it. Maybe I will.
Okay.
Maybe I will.
All right. Okay. The industry, state of the industry right now. Where are we? The Ghana film industry.
We're doing so much, but there's also so much to be done. I think what happened to our industry is when everything we're doing well, and we transitioned into digital, and it became harder for us to catch up. Back then you could find our movies on the streets,
yes,
in the markets, in all of these things. Ghanaian movies were accessible to even the most common person, and I use the term common.
Ordinary
people, people. And then we transitioned to online. It's hard to catch up when we don't have the infrastructure for it. How many people have access to internet? How many people? So that really kind of held us back. because distribution became a real, back then producers were distributing their own films. Now you have to work with all of these online platforms, Netflix, and so they control the conversation.
Do you have stuff on Netflix?
Oh, I have stuff on Netflix.
Okay, nice.
And for many years I had a lot of stuff on Netflix, but Netflix is licenses. Sometimes I have stuff in Netflix Germany that Ghanaians cannot watch because the rights you get
depends on the territory.
And sometimes with Africa they don't make a lot of money.
Do we need our own Netflix?
We need a lot
Africa?
of Netflix. Yes,
like
we
Iroko
do. I mean, that's why people are now going to YouTube. But again, that's something we don't own.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they can shut you down anytime.
You can wake up one day and then you're shut down. So I think our industry struggles from one, understanding. People don't see it as a viable source of income or investment to make money from. So that is, people are still producing.
Yes.
There are international films being made every day in Ghana.
For real?
For real, yes. I've been in some of them. But what is happening is our people are not having access to it, because you can't spend $100,000 on a film and sell it to a local television station for 2,000 cedis. You can't. So it's a business. So we are lagging behind in that respect. But again, when I look at where we were before, we can still do better, but we are trying.
A secret hobby you have that we don't know?
I'm obsessed with chopsticks. I love chopsticks. I would eat with chopsticks every day if I could.
When did you start chopsticking?
Probably 15 years ago. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Chinese food, Korean food, what?
Anything. If I could eat kinky with chops, I don't know why. I like eating with my hands, and I like chopsticks. I don't know. It's a problem. It really is a problem.
Chopsticks. When was the last meal you had with chopsticks?
Oh, I had a meal at this restaurant. It was one of these Asian bowls, a poke bowl or something. Yeah, and then maybe sushi. I love sushi.
That raw fish stuff.
You know what? Sometimes we are trying to also belong small.
So
now we can eat sushi. Back then we couldn't eat.
The hustle days were too much.
Charlie sushi. Someone took me to sushi. We were in a group. We went to eat everything, and then I had only one Kafui, and that time I had only 50 cedis. When they finished, they said, "Okay, so girls, are we contribute?" I said, "Contributing what?"
I had one now.
I had only, and it was not even nice. But I used to pay for times like this, so now I just order my sushi.
Enjoy your sushi. There's this phenomenon called positive masculinity.
Masculinity.
What do you think about that? And you think it should be encouraged at a very early age?
I think that men have suffered, and when we talk about feminism, in a lot of cases, there's an assumption that it's against men and it's for women. And so they don't understand that in the patriarchy that we live in, it is very much against them. Men don't cry. Men suffer in silence. Men don't get heartbroken. When women suffer, they are also, suffering because toxic masculinity forces men not to be vulnerable, tells men that, you have to be mean and violent and all of these things. A lot of men are masking a lot by pretending, they are cosplaying the idea of what masculinity looks like. So it's important to encourage, vulnerability. Amen. And I know there's a whole fear of, if you are vulnerable, people will take advantage. You only feel like that because maybe you've also taken advantage of women. When people say, if a woman has more money than a man, she will not respect you. When you have more money, do you respect a woman? The only time you feel that way is because of what you would do. But these conversations are important because when we're talking about suicide, a lot of men commit suicide because they suppress a lot of their emotion. But it's also frustrating for me because we've been speaking for you. Like, what do you want? Because when we are speaking on these issues, people water it down to women. So they miss out on what patriarchy does to them. I always have a joke that on Twitter when I post about men and what men go through from rape, molestation at a young age, how they are made to believe that sleeping with an older woman is a sign of is a flex instead of. They won't say anything. They will say, is it your problem? Have we complained? But then when a woman speaks about rape, suddenly men too, there's a huge problem. And I think it can only get better when male figures like yourself, who know better, starts to speak on these things. Yeah.
Women and their hair in Africa. Let me narrate even to Ghana. So young girls, up until they finish secondary school, low haircut. And then before you know, weaves and perms. Mm-hmm. What's going on there for you?
When I had this conversation on I think the Minister of Education was very adamant about girls cutting their hair in school and basically, and I can't remember the quote, but like it's not a beauty contest in a way. I don't remember exactly what he said. I don't think people you see, when it comes to problems in Africa, right, we never want to get to the root. We always want to cut off the branches thinking that it will heal, but it always starts from the root. When you have a termite infestation, they try to put the potassium and all of that. If you just do it from the leaves, it will not get anywhere. When you tie a woman's worth to her hair, right from childhood, think about it. From childhood, you are forced to cut your hair, one, because you can't study without your hair. Your hair makes you look grown. Your hair, everything is tied. The reason why men will rape you is because you tie everything to the person's hair. And then when they finish school, you also ask why they are spending 20,000 cedis on a weave. Because her entire life, you have told her that her being is not beautiful. The reasoning behind, and a lot of rules we have are colonial. We don't like to. Sometimes I have a problem with the legal system in Ghana because this is how it is. But a society has to be dynamic. If it worked years ago and it doesn't work now, you have to change it.
The lawyers themselves are wearing the wigs.
They love it. They love it. If you go and tell them, hey, they're going to fight you right now because they end it. But this is what I talked about, identity. There's nothing wrong with short hair. There's everything wrong with making someone believe that the hair essence of a certain type of hairstyle is to make you less attractive. So then you grow up believing that your natural hair means you are young, you are unattractive, you are not ready for it. Signifies something. So when you go into the world, how do you gain acceptance? You want to fit into the society. So let me perm my hair. Let me get a long weave. Let me look a certain way to be accepted. People tell you, natural hair is hard. It grows from your scalp. The only difference is you cannot treat our hair the same way you treat permed hair. And our hair tells story. This is an identity. The different hairstyles we had were not by chance. So when a woman was a young, it was a hairstyle. When she was getting married, all of those things shape us and becomes part of our identity. But we are a confused society because it's the same society that will judge girls for investing heavily in how they look. But for my entire life, you told me that natural hair is for poor people. It's for unattractive people. It's to keep you at a certain...
For maids.
For maids. So, I've been advocating for it for years. I was a bit disappointed in the ministers. But again, you are fighting people who don't understand. They still limit these conversations to basic, understanding of things. They don't understand how deep it is. So they will tell you that how are young girls supposed to... one of my things that makes me proud, I was talking to my former Akosoma International School, the headmistress, and she said, she thought about the rule and she decided it doesn't... If we are saying we are a progressive society, let's test it out. Let's see how these girls will manage their hair for the first time. And they were doing well. Mm-hmm. All of us were in school with short hair. We used to scarf our hair to bed.
For it to grow?
You have to let it lie down. Am I lying? You scarf it with gel. So you're not going to stop young girls from trying to look beautiful. Yeah. But you have to also teach them basic hair care It's part of personal care. So why people say natural hair is difficult is because your entire life you've been taught how to moisturize your skin, how to bath, how to wash your private parts. You've not been taught how to care for your hair.
What are the Lydia Forson tips? Take care
Very
for
simple.
natural hair.
Natural hair does not need too much. First of all, you always use a wide tooth comb to comb your hair.
Wide
Tooth comb. Those tiny combs, you see the texture of our hair, it does not work.
To break, right?
Yes. Number two, detangling your hair. You can use, because our hair is like cotton. You can use your hands to detangle. So sometimes I've gone 6 months without combing my hair.
You can just use your hands.
You just use your hands to detangle it. Right? You don't need too much shampoo, conditioner, hair. Moisture is not oil. Moisture is water. So a little water and some shea butter, and your hair is soft enough for you to run your hands through or to comb. The hairstyle that works for natural hair will not work. Stop trying to make natural hair permed hair.
With all the
My hair is tight 4C curly hair. It shrinks. It becomes puff. When I sleep, it's like this. When I comb, it's like that. But that's the uniqueness of the hair.
It's flexible.
It's flexible. That's why our ancestors were able to do. If you see, excuse me, say Caucasian hair, they can't do the manipulations they will. They need a lot of black hair. You can't. I've twisted my hair. You see, and it's like this. We can do so much with this. But I don't blame people, because if your entire life you've not been taught how to care for your hair, and if your black hair has been demonized, and it really goes deeper, it's beyond hair, right? Because again, your entire life you are forced to see beauty a certain way. So you lack confidence in, if you cannot strip away your makeup, your hair, and feel confident in your look, in every other aspect of your life, you feel like you're lacking. When I go into a negotiation, nobody can tell me nothing. When I tell people I'm beautiful, I'm like, because I understand that my beauty is unique. I'm black, type 4C, big girl. There's another girl who is light. She's beautiful, but it's different from me. We cannot all look the same. But that confidence puts you in rooms where you can negotiate. It gives you confidence to aspire for more. You also don't aspire to be anybody other than yourself. It is so powerful. And I can't believe in 2026, in Africa and Ghana, we are still fighting for the right for young people to have their hair, with the excuse that they cannot care for their hair. If your child can wake up in the morning, bath, moisturize, do all of those things, they can hold pony.
End of story.
Natural hair is not always people are saying, and they'll wear long weave on. Why would you be buying weave on for your child when a simple cornrow can last for 2 weeks? And these girls saying, when you've been to, excuse me, say the international schools, which is sad. When you've been to the international school, you see these young girls, they are twisting each other's hair. It becomes a moment of bonding, learning to care for each other and all of these things. They will go to the local schools.
Saito?
The site, because I know one talker.
No, Saito is, I went to Saito, proud of
You
it.
go to Saito, and that is the place where they should even be able to afford, because it's simpler. They'll say if the girl has hair, she can't learn. But I will just leave people with this. It's a common sense. You're comparing someone who went to AIS, and I'll talk about AIS because that's my school, to someone who's gone to Saito. The AIS person did her hair. Somehow is able to finish school, get scholarship, go to Harvard. You that with your short hair, you are still here. No aspiration. And on top of that too, you are still corrupt, because the argument, I just think that we have a lazy approach to solving problems, because again, cut off the branches, don't get to the roots.
Remember that Tyrone Magai issue?
That's my guy. And I'm so glad. But even at that, we've still not learned. Can you imagine?
Achimota School stressed him out.
What a brilliant young boy whose look at what he has done to place Achimota School on the map. But we had grown adults, because again, we have to also understand what happened to us. Every time I talk about colonization, it's not everything, move on. No.
People, that's the general consensus that, we are still using it as a crutch.
If these people can't forget 9/11, if Jews are not allowed to remember the Holocaust, why can't we go back to what happened to us and accept that it changed the trajectory of our continent? Why is every other race, whatever, allowed to acknowledge what happened to them? Again, I say 9/11. There's a reason why we go through airports now and have to take off our shoes, have to put off our phones. Why are we acknowledging that, but we are not allowed to acknowledge? You see, yes, you can argue about the reparations, but for me, it's about acknowledging. Because if your entire life, they have told you that you are ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're going to grow up believing that you're ugly. But if you come to understand that the person who told you you're ugly was just trying to play with your mind, you're going to understand that, no, what happened to me is wrong. How do I grow from that? That's why I said our story does not begin at colonization. It's before. But because we have not been allowed to even speak on it, it is assumed for most people in Ghana that black people, the white people shouldn't have left us. They left us too early. Are you serious? Do you understand who we were before?
The white people came. Yeah.
And why they came and what they did to us? So I get very passionate about it because I feel like until and that has affected our health system, our educational system, everything, our housing system, because we were a community. But now we can't afford basic housing. Housing should have been a right. It all boils down to identity and culture. And until we go back, we'll be playing catch up. Vote for me.
President Forson. We are recording this on the day that a resolution was passed in the UN to declare the transatlantic slave trade a crime against humanity. It passed overwhelmingly, but there were three notable abstentions: USA, Israel, Argentina. No, they actually voted no.
Of course.
Yes, and there were a couple of maybe over 50 abstentions and over 130 who voted yes. Your thoughts?
First of all, it's surprising that we had to even vote to acknowledge this. Like I said before.
It's pretty obvious, right?
Why are we? But it also tells you that what has happened to the continent, it didn't just happen. It was strategic. It's orchestrated. That you have to vote for someone to acknowledge your pain speaks volume when others have not had to do the same thing. But when it comes to oppression, I always say that, and it's not after that one, it's all over. On the ladder of oppression, people don't care about equality. They care about where they are on their ladder. So the same people who fight for equality are the same people who suppress another person's right to fight for equality. You see what is happening here? So these things just don't surprise me. For me, as a continent, it's about us waking up. We don't need permission. We need to own our story. We need to fight for our own rights. And we need to acknowledge that the continent of Africa should behave like me. A baddie.
That's all. End of story.
End of story.
Well, we're almost done. But let's talk about labels now. Which of these labels has cost you the most money? Actress, feminist, outspoken woman, truth teller?
Oh, honey, nobody has cost me any money. Whatever I didn't get was not mine.
That's all.
I own who I am, absolutely. I will not take something just because I have to change who I am to fit into a certain box. I want to rather look at what it has gained me. Sometimes it's good that people fear you small. Every once in a while, people need to know that you are someone they cannot mess with. People also have to respect that you are someone who has values, who will stick to their principles, even if it's something that is uncomfortable. So I don't want to believe that if it has cost me anything, it's how people have viewed me. There were days when I would be hurt because, when someone tells you, you hate men, it's like, have you seen my dad? Have you seen my brother? Have you seen the men I've dated? If I hated men, why are they still always worrying me? And the people who say I hate men are the one my DM too. If you say, why are you my dear?
That's it.
That's the only unfortunate thing, because, it's like people see you in a way that's not who you are. And sometimes it hurts, because you're like, why do you see me that way? But I also want to believe that I've gained a lot through my advocacy, to be, if I were just like anybody else, I would not be remembered.
No.
And bad girls
You wouldn't-
don't make history.
You wouldn't be hearing it.
So be a bad girl.
When was the last time you were punished for, not for being wrong, but for refusing to soften the truth?
Many times. The first thing that came into my mind was an international audition that I did. It was a Hollywood audition. They came to me, the whole process went well until the third callback. And I know how it is internationally. I say, hey, you can't come and call me to do a callback.
What is a callback?
A callback is, okay, so there's an audition process where you do a monologue. After that, they give you a role to audition for. Mm-hmm. If they like you, tell you to audition for another one, okay, or a third one. If you are doing 10 auditions for the same...
There's something happening. Huh?
There's something happening. You also have a certain caliber and level, in your career, where there are certain processes you wouldn't go through. And I remember this production, it was back and forth. And I woke up one day, I said, okay, this is Hollywood. This is going to pay me a lot of money. This is also good, but what is right, and what is wrong. You would not do that. The only difference between me and Angelina Jolie is where she lives. Hollywood and money. Between me and Angelina Jolie, well, let me say Viola Davis, because I love Viola Davis. So I believe in respect, regardless of where we find ourselves in the continent. And I had to say, this is not right.
Okay.
Because you don't let an actor come and stay for even more than 1 hour without a certain, there are rules, and people who are actors know this. And I remember just standing my ground and saying, then I had the producer, contact me. They were very lovely in the beginning, contact me from London, tell me, they are sorry, blah, blah. But I had to stick to my ground, like, what is right is right. What is wrong is wrong. If you will not do this in your country, why do you think you have to do it to me here? And evidently, I didn't get the role. And yes, this thing, because it was a life, to me, it was a life-changing role, and I was going to make a lot of money. But on principle, don't ever come to my country and treat people less than you would in your country. I stand on that, and I have no regrets.
So no disrespect whatsoever?
No disrespect, because I'm not fighting for just me. The minute I allow it, you think that it's okay to do the next person. I am at a point in my life where, by God's grace, I'm comfortable. I've built a career that has lasted more than 20 years. I've done international projects. Yes, I'm still looking for the big one. But I've earned the right to be able to fight for others and to say no. And yes, it might cost me here and there, but if a young actor... Look, when I used to do interviews on radio and all of that, every time I would go, I would say, hey, so you won't give actors any, some TNT or water or something. Mm-hmm. Oh, but we don't do it. We are giving you publicity. I said, no. You have to assume that the person coming from their house may not have money. I fought for that. And now, almost every radio station you go to, they give you some
honorarium.
Mm-hmm. They'll give you some water. They'll ask, oh, are you okay? Let me be comfortable. I want to believe that I fought for that. Mm-hmm. So, yes, I'm saying this now because it's important that people hear these stories and know the things that we fought for. But I'm going to continue to fight for them, because my daughter, my son might decide to be an actor. You see, the things you do not fight for, right? Your children will suffer for. Mm-hmm. So I always tell even my dad, I'm like, yeah, you say I can be anything I want to be in this world. And you encourage me, hey, freedom fighter. But what kind of world did you create for me to live in? Mm-hmm. Did you create a world that allows women to live as loudly as I do? No. So, yes, it cost me. But I also don't want to believe it did, because there's always something bigger on the horizon.
Maybe so. You still have to go and make that Sammy Kaya speech.
I told you. No, and then when I make it, then you play this back.
Straight up.
then you'll be getting views.
Yes,
The money will be
she said it long
coming.
ago. She said it long ago.
She said it long ago when I interviewed her.
What haven't you yet done which still scares you a little bit?
What haven't I done which scares me? I don't know. I wish I had. I've just gone blank. Maybe jump.
Are you a bungee jumper?
I'm scared of heights.
You're scared of heights. You swim, but you don't dive.
Charlie, even when I get on a plane, I'm scared.
Yeah, that's crazy heights there, man.
I can't look down.
You can't?
But I love to travel.
Yeah.
Charlie. But yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything in mind?
No. I'm just curious.
You ask me like you have something.
No. No traps. I'm just asking you.
I don't know. Sometimes
We're just having a chat.
you're a tricky one.
No. I'm just curious.
You just let me feel like we are friends, and then now you got me telling my whole intestine story.
Oh, but nobody has asked you these questions before. So, and once you agree to come and sit here, hey, we're having a chat. We're almost
That's
done.
why he says it's a chat.
We're almost done.
Okay.
If you had to recommend somebody else to come and sit in this seat after you're gone, to come and have a friendly chat with me like this, who do you think I should be chatting with?
Who do I think I would want to
Apart
hear?
from Shirley. I would like to speak to Shirley one of these days.
Actually, it's Shirley.
Shirley, eh?
Shirley, I feel like she has such a unique story. And like me, she runs away from interviews. But her story needs to be told. One of the reasons why I agreed to do this, I was watching Dr. Terry and I was like, yeah, sometimes we don't want to talk, but it's important.
Yeah.
People need to hear. They need to hear what we've been through. They need to hear how we've suffered. Yeah. They also need to see the success stories, but they need to hear us. And it needs to be documented for the future. So definitely Shirley, because I think that she has a really interesting story.
Same as you. You've told me stuff that I would never have guessed.
Which one traumatized you the most?
You've gone through a lot.
I have. I have, but that's why I'm also a baddie.
It be so, the backstory.
They said I shouldn't be calling myself a baddie because I'm a 40, but who else will call themselves a baddie?
Please, go ahead.
That's why Kinky Matters, because you matter.
It be so. Anything else you want to tell my people? Over there.
Please go and buy Kinky Matters.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, go to www.kinkymatters.com and buy our products. We ship worldwide, and you can get our products at Yenzi Ghana Mall, Niche Expressions, Bien Vida, Drug It, Opoku Trading. Did I forget anyone? Well, you can go on our page. And another thing, what else? What should I tell you? I think don't judge a book by its cover, or sometimes do.
Sometimes do.
Clock it.
What's your name on your Ghana card?
Lydia Forson.
You don't have a middle name?
I have a middle name, but I'll just not tell you.
What day of the week were you born on?
Oh, I can tell you, Kwa. But the other one I will not tell you.
Oh, why is it that bad?
It's not bad. It's actually very exotic.
I want to hear it.
Every time I go, you know what, in the spirit of not hiding anymore, but I just feel like I like the mystery.
Okay.
I've told you a lot. Let me leave a little bit for myself.
No, there's more to be told.
You don't know anything about, there's more you don't know. We have a secret child hiding in China.
Maybe you do.
Maybe I know. You never know with me. You never know. Hey, you go and put, I have a secret child in China.
No, that one there, you'll be some hungry blogger. You can't say that.
No, I told you I'm a very public, private person. I enjoy my quiet life.
We'll leave it there. I'm really grateful for your
And follow
time.
my dog, Oreo Forson. Okay.
I'm going to follow him right after.
And then we get endorsement deals. We do endorsements.
Oreo has endorsements?
Yes.
Tell a human beings for be slow. How can a dog get endorsements
Because
over
his
human
mom
beings?
is an entrepreneur. He's gonna work for that.
So who is sponsoring him?
Oh, he used to do, okay, well, I can't give them out now, but he's done at least 3 endorsements, and you get some free stuff as well.
For what? Dog biscuits?
Oh, food.
Dog food?
Yeah, dog food. And shampoo and stuff like that.
Is it Kinky Matters for dogs?
In fact, we want to do Kinky Matters for dog because, please, he has 3 beds. He eats
Oreo has
well.
what?
He has 3 beds. He
Why
lives
three
well. He
beds?
has to work for his rent.
Why 3 beds?
Oh, because there's one he sleeps on that is flat. There's one that's fluffy, and he has one downstairs that he's living his best life. And very soon I'm going to take him to travel.
Oreo,
He used to go to Italy because dogs there live a fantastic life.
does he need a passport?
Yes, you have a dog passport that he will get.
No, are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. They have a dog passport.
So will he be in economy or he'll be in cargo?
So the thing is, the only reason why I've not traveled with him is I can't imagine my baby and then, only
Yes.
the best. So we want to fly either private or
business.
Business.
And when he wants to do the number 2, what happens?
Oh no, he's trained. He's an inside dog. So he doesn't poo or pee inside.
He goes outside and does his
He
stuff.
goes outside, so he comes to tell me.
But if he
when
wants
it's
to
time.
go in the plane, what
Oh no!
happens?
So before you traveled, you make sure that he will do all of that, so you don't give him food and.
Okay. You feed him bread so he constipates or what?
Oh no! So dogs don't. Dogs mostly eat just once a day, at most twice.
Okay.
So he will just have to not eat.
What's his favorite food?
Oh, he likes apples. I love how people watch it and be so
Oreo,
annoyed.
man. Oreo is an apple-loving
Oh yes, he loves apples. Yeah, he really loves apples. Yeah.
green ones.
And then peanut butter. So.
I need to meet Oreo, man.
Oh no, everybody is obsessed with Oreo. So he's living his best life. He likes air condition.
Fully nyanya.
Full nyanya. He doesn't like heat of any kind.
Woof.
He woof woof. So Oreo Forson. You are laughing. He has more followers than you.
Yeah, thank you, exactly. Oreo Kweku Forson.
And I'm looking for a ginger dog. That's been my dream. I want a ginger dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be a friend to Oreo.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have a name for him already?
Yes.
What?
Ginger. Or biscuit. So that'll be their page will now be
Oreo and Biscuit. You're
Yeah,
like Elon
Oreo
Musk, man,
biscuit.
with his crazy names.
No, I'm not Elon Musk. I'm more like Oprah.
we go with Oprah.
Hey, listen, everybody in my life has to live good. If it's me, if I want to take care of my dog, you can take care of your cat.
That's it.
You can take care of your goats. Nobody's.
That's it, Oreo, man.
You will love Oreo. I should have brought him to the interview.
How many followers again?
Oh, he has almost 3,000 followers.
When did he open his page?
Oh, I think when he was 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
3K.
Yeah.
More endorsement deals
He
for
has a
him.
lot of aunties, and so when Oreo posts,
Yes.
his aunties comment, and then he has other dog friends who comment.
Lydia.
He said, "What's the meaning of success?"
Peace.
Exactly.
What
If
time?
my peace is my dog, what's your problem?
What's my problem,
When I
man?
go home, he said, "What, mommy?"
Lydia, have a great time. When we get off the set, I've enjoyed this so much.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you for interviewing. But you know what? I have
Tell
to
me.
say you're the only person. You know when they call, I said I can't say no, but you've always been an amazing interviewer, and I've enjoyed this. You've got me talking. I'm worried. I'm like, oh shit, what did I say? Oh, they're gonna. But
It was just you.
I think it is time to get out of that shell, and I came to the best place.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're amazing. You really, really, and the industry really does need people like you to tell our stories.
Okay.
So
Thank
one
you.
day, let me interview you.
Yes.
It's very important.
I'm open.
I feel like you have an interesting story people don't know.
I look forward to it. Success.
Kinky Matters because you matter.
Maybe so.
Then you zoom in on here.
Yes, please zoom
Kinky
for her.
Matters because you zoom.
zoom,
because
zoom.
you matter.
That's it.
Hey, it showed the 1952.
Is
You want to know?
Why is it 1952?
Oh, 1952 is the year my mother was born.
Ah,
So it's an homage
nice.
to her.
That's it.
So I like that people ask so that I can tell them the story.
God bless Mama.
I'm a branding expert.
God bless Mama.
I do, brand strategy as well.
Okay.
Yeah, consulting on the side. Call me. I like money. If you tell me to weed your house right now, if you tell me it will make money, I will come and weed. I will tie my hair.
And then
Me
Jack.
kind of sick of being baby Sam a question.
I feel like we'll have another conversation again, oh. Lydia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
What I'm
Kafui.
taking away from the many things you've said is success is peace.
It's peace.
And peace is not an Ewa girl's name.
It's a fancy girl's name.
See you in the comments. My name is Kafui Dey. God bless. Oreo, man. Oreo. Oreo, chill.
Oh, let me show you Oreo's page. And he's very handsome. Let me show you.
Let me see Oreo.
Hey,
Oreo.
please, you have to post Oreo's picture.
One time, we are following Oreo, man.
Hey.
We are following Oreo today, man.
Hey, Oreo.
Oreo.
Oh, yeah. This is Oreo.
Hey.
Oh, this is one of his endorsements.
Davinus.
Yeah.
I'm about to put you on
Hey.
to the best.
Oreo get the endorsement, oh.
Hey, shit. What I want now?
Challenge dog.
He will work for his money.
Serious dog food. See Oreo, man.
Dogpreneur.
Dogpreneur. Forget about dog entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Someone likes it.
Hey.
Someone likes it already.
Oreo.
Shit. This is.
Is a kweku.
It's kweku.
You didn't give me a fugu. So
Hey.
on Wednesdays you can wear.
This was his birthday photo shoot.
Nice.
This is him.
Oh, he has a little
His
neckerchief.
birthday, so we did birthday boy.
Oreo himself.
Hey, Oreo is living well.
Does he go to the salon?
Oh, so they come to him.
The salon comes to him.
Yes. This Oreo's. Hopes, please, only the best for my baby, okay? Oh my.
Oreo.
This is father. This who gave me Oreo.
Oreo baby.
Yeah. Hey, Oreo.
Hey, Oreo the chillo.
Hey, let me show you Oreo is his grandmother.
Man.
He's spoiled too.
Charlie.
This is him with my mom.
Whoa. Oreo.
Hey, she. Vet cry. Let me show you. It's my mother who takes him sometimes.
Grandma's taking him to the vet.
Hey, grandmother. And my mother doesn't like him to go out because all these local dogs, you don't know the diseases that they have. And it's true.
That dog.
This is my mother. Say she.
Hey, Charlie, she took him to the vet.
Hey, my mother does just say, maybe. Hey, I remember one time my friend came to my house and she doesn't like dogs. My mother told her that, and they're quiet.
Yeah, you can't come to my house if you don't like dogs.
My parents, they have issues. Oh. I'm just thinking, say, my mother bought me feeding bottle, and I was giving to this dog every night. I wake up every night to give the dog a lucky.
Oreo's the man. Endorsement deals, man.
Oh, endorsement. Oh. Okay. This is me and
Oreo the chill, man.
Hey, he's living. Hey, Oreo has been on CNN. Have you been on CNN?
This is Oreo has been on CNN.
Yes. Yes. I brought him on CNN.
Is she going to record him? No. Okay.
See, this is one of his endorsements. They wrote him a letter.
Another endorsement.
Yeah.
Hey, you got your own hamper. Come and
He has a hamper.
Yes.
Hey,